Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Hope you guys are having a lovely evening. No, this isn't deja vu. I am just back for a second stream, and you know why? Let me just get my volume set here. Ooh, there we go. I think I got it. Okay. Second stream today because you guys fulfilled that super chat goal from Wednesday night when we had the 100th episode of Late Night with the Davey. Pretty awesome, pretty killer. So yeah, here we are for another little live stream here, another late night live stream. We're going to jump into some horror news, guys. Really, we've just got a few things to talk about. I mean, really, what am I counting here? A small story, a bigger story, and a few other little smaller stories. So we'll see how crazy it gets here. But yeah, I figured I would jump in and, you know, instead of just having aimless chat, which was a lot of fun. We did that during the day earlier today. I love having one of those streams a week, just kind of like, let's see where it goes. I love having those. But yeah, this time around, we're going to be jumping into some horror news and all that kind of fun stuff. So thank you guys so much for jumping on in. Really do appreciate you. I don't think I have any polls or anything like that going on in the chat. I could probably come up with something. You know what? Actually, I think I've got one that I want to ask you guys. So I'm going to type that in here over on the YouTube side. And I guess while I'm doing that, I'll give you guys the little rigmarole, you know. Thank you so much again for jumping on in. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss it when I do 2 streams in a day or anything other, you know, kind of crazy stuff I do here. If you're watching after the fact, thank you so much. That really, it does a lot, like for the channel, to the replay on the live stream. So thank you so very much. Jump on in and let me know whatever you think about the stories that we're covering here. We're going to talk some Eli Roth Ice Cream Man, because here on Monday we can expect a trailer. So we're going to take a look at the teaser art. We're going to have some Leslie Vernon conversation about this Behind the Mask 2 that's been announced, and also, you know, the fact that it looks like we're going to be seeing more of Robert Englund as the Doc Halloran character, and yeah, some other stuff here. Those are the big ones. I'll lead with those. So I want to know from you guys, how do you feel about the Behind the Mask? So I'm going to say, what rating do you give? I'm going to call it, what is it? Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Now, I know it was a little bit of a small picture when it came out, but seems like it's gotten pretty damn popular as the years have gone on. I thought it was like 07, 08. Looks like it was actually 06 when the movie came out. So I must have just heard about it a couple years after it was released. So really, we're just doing a 1 through 4 stars. So that's what I'm curious to know, what you guys rate this film. I just watched it earlier today. I think it's pretty damn good. We're not going to do like a review of it right now, but I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Just after it was my first time. So I maybe on a later stream or something we'll dive in. But since we're here for the news, we'll just talk about the news, and maybe as I'm opining, you know, given my thoughts and everything on the news, I'll, you know, perhaps talk a little bit about how I felt, you know, regarding the original one. But there you go. You got a poll in the chat. We got a super chat goal. If you guys want to hang out for another like hour after I do the news or whatever, then we can fill out that super chat goal. Not a big deal if it doesn't happen. I ain't worried about it. You guys are amazing no matter what. You all treat me so well. So yeah, certainly not a requirement. What is required is hitting the like button and being cool. And look at that, Jiggy dropping the first super chat of the evening here. He asks, "Are you ready?" He's here. I sure am. I sure am. I'm gonna say what's up to you guys, and then we will jump on into the news. So let's see how long this takes me, huh? We got Paula Fitzhenry. What's happening, Paula? We got DJ Plays Favorites. Welcome on in. And Paula and DJ, they're having some fun back and forth here. We got King Matthew III, not able to hang out, but thank you so much for dropping in, King Matthew. Hopefully you can catch the replay if you're interested in any of the news that we've got here. So let's see who else we got. And Lenny, who just became our newest YouTube channel member. Thank you so very much, Lenny. Really appreciate you. I don't know why it won't let me pop it up here, because I think, did you just recently become Were you a channel member just as of like today? Usually it lets me know. Usually it pops up like an alert and lets me know, especially if it happens in between streams. Thank you so very much, Lenny. Really do appreciate you. We got Tia Nina, another one of our great channel members. How are you doing, Miss Tia Nina? Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good day. We got Nanette's Blood Rose Horror Fairy. What's happening, Nettie? Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We got Steph, aka Skittles. What's happening, Steph? Hope you're doing well. Cosmic Urgency saying, I realize now that when Davey sets a time, he means sometime after that time. Yes, it is true. You're not the first person to take note of this. And you're not the first person to give me some shit about it. And rightly so. However, really, it's just, you know, I always think of like showtime as like you're starting somewhere between 5 to 10-ish minutes late. What I like about it, Cosmic Urgency, is it gives you all the chance to jump on in here. People get to say what's up. They get to be settled and everything like that. And, you know, for example, so like when I went live, there were maybe like 12 or 13 people in here, and now it's double that. So I know that if I go live right at 8 o'clock, like, man, I might be, you know, going through the whole thing and missing out on some of the audience. So it's a little strategic. I guess you could just say I'm like a total asshole, and I'm just like, I'm, you know, making you guys live by my time. It's totally just jerk behavior, right? You're gonna live according to my watch, damn it. I don't know why I turned into Dave Mustaine when I said that, but I apologize because I love Dave Mustaine. We got Ryan Michael, one of our great channel members and a close friend. Ryan, I almost texted you while I was watching Behind the Mask. I hope you've seen it. Dude, the guy that plays Leslie Vernon kind of looks like your brother. I mean, you know, very, very much like more slenderly built. I just mean in the face. And you probably, you would probably know even more than me. Guys, if just in case you don't know, Ryan and I actually know each other in real life. We worked together for years. So that's why I'm, you know, having this in-depth conversation. But Ryan, I just thought that was funny because I was like, he kind of looks like Timothy Oliphant. And then at some point I was like, oh shit, that dude looks like Brandon Michael. Yes, thank you, Steph. Thank you for filling everyone in. As long as you guys know, and then that's the cool thing, Cosmic Urgency. Like now, you know, I'm, you know, on time. Holy cow. If I'm on somebody else's channel, maybe if they decide to go that way. But I, you know, 5 minutes after is probably the soonest I would ever go live. I picked that one up from Dave McRae, but really it's like anything else, you know. If you go to a play at the most prestigious auditorium in the world, they're not going to start right on time. So we just have some fun with it here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone, and I also want to make sure I'm not too blah 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 here. We got Carrie Craves Cinema jumping on in. What's happening, Carrie? One of our great channel members and a content creator herself. Check out Carrie's channel if you like movies and you like people talking about movies. And you know, Carrie brings some exposure to some films that not everyone, or hardly anyone, or maybe even no one else is talking about. So there's definitely some content over there that you're not going to get anywhere else. And I think that's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty good. We got Blu-ray Addict in the house. What's happening, Blu-ray? Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for hanging out. We got Aaron Click. Make sure your chat is set to all chat so you can see Aaron's messages, everyone. And Ben Grimm. Are you guys both shadow banned? Is that what it is, Aaron? Is it because you are in a punk band? Has YouTube shadow banned you? They're like, oh, you don't know about this free thinking guy. You better shadow ban him. You can't have somebody thinking for themselves. We better shadow ban him. That's what I imagine. That's what I imagine happening. We got Papa John Loves Trash. Is it Trash, the character from Return of the Living Dead? Is that who you're talking about? Welcome on in, Papa John. Thank you so much for being a channel member. Hope you are doing well. Okay, I think I'm pretty much caught up on everyone. Yeah, Steph, it's pretty cool. It's like a, well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, it's kind of like a fake documentary, not a mockumentary, so to speak, but it also has some traditional narrative parts to it. It's a split narrative, kind of. Very good. Everyone that's involved with that movie, they should be very proud. The sister from Home Alone that's like, Kevin, you are what they call les incompetents. Like that chick is like the main chick that's interviewing Leslie Vernon, because it's about these college kids that are like whatever. I feel I keep on saying I'm not going to talk about it. I might as well just talk about it. So Steph, I'll just give you the basics. It's about some college kids that are creating a documentary about an up-and-coming serial killer, but they live in a world where Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger are actual real people that did all of these things. And so it's pretty meta, because it definitely pulls back the veil, because this guy hasn't broken through yet, but he's like right on the verge. It's a very interesting approach to deconstructing the slasher. Is very clever. I think more clever, or maybe more clever than Scream, clever in a different way. It's not trying to do the Scream thing, but it definitely exposes some things about horror that I found to be pretty well done there. Okay, I think I've said hello to everybody. We got Prince hanging out. What's happening, Prince? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Gory Tiger, what's happening, Gory? Hope you're doing well. It's not like you're egregiously late off very often. Yeah, I try to be. Yes, I think sometimes other YouTubers have some cool, like they might have a video that plays before it, so it's a little more entertaining than just looking at a frozen frame of the thumbnail and all that. But I'm small potatoes here. We're not even at 3,000 subs. So we got Miss Jamie Hart jumping on in, our original Death Squad mod, our mama mod, and a YouTube channel member. Hope you're doing well, Jamie. Welcome. And am I all caught up yet? We got Shane C. What's happening, Shane? Welcome on in, man. Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for being a channel member, Shane. Really do appreciate you. I give Behind the Mask a 10, Davey. A 10. Foz. Oh, my guy, Foz. What's happening, bud? So great to see you. It is, it's so tough to score after just seeing it. It's really, really good. I haven't even done a letterboxed entry for it yet. We got Ryan Michael dropping a $4.99 super chat. Says, dude, he totally looks like my brother. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh my God, like I know that Brandon's like, a much like a manlier man. You know what I mean? Just built different, but in their face. Holy cow. Just a reference to trash cinema like B movies. I love it. So you like Street Trash, the movie, I would imagine, right? Les Incompetents. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Who else is hanging out? I was looking at her in the movie. I was like, who is this chick? And then I was like, I have to look it up. Oh my God. The images flashed into my mind of her appearance in Home Alone. Yeah, small potatoes are really tasty. They are very tasty. Not Home Sweet Home Alone, the original Home Alone. Yeah. Let's see here. Who else do we got in here? I love the questions. Tia's like, Foz, are you a Buffy fan? Also, Shane C in the Discord. I like we're keeping tabs. I like it. It's good. We're getting to know each other. Scalloped potatoes are very tasty too. Yeah, Buffy's great. I would imagine Foz. Yeah, I would be shocked. What does Clark Griswold say? If I woke up with my head sewn to the carpet tomorrow, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now. If Foz said he didn't like Buffy. Well, and with the icon there, now I'm realizing, I'm like, oh, it's Paul Rubens from the Buffy movie. I think the Buffy movie, I don't think it's a hot take, because I would never say something as silly as the Buffy movie is better than the show, because the show just has so much to offer. How can you compare the two? But hot take, I think the movie's really fucking awesome. And I don't know. I think it's really good. I get maybe Joss Whedon. I know he doesn't have the nicest things to say about it. I get it. He didn't get to control it the way he did the show. But dude, I think they did a pretty good job of making a movie out of your characters, man. I'd be pretty pumped if I were in his shoes, especially if it meant that I got my own show after. I'd be like, all right, something worked here, So, maybe he's changed his tune. I just know that years ago he didn't have the best things to say about it. Yeah, I think the movie's really good. Yeah, I love the Scream franchise, but I kind of hope the Leslie Vernon sequel playfully ribs Scream by one-upping it. Well, it'll be really cool because it will be, just like Scream, in the first three movies, more so like deconstructed the horror or the slasher subgenre. Yeah, I think Leslie Vernon, we're going to be legacy sequel, talking about that, having the time in between. And it's even more special when they come back. I've been dormant for 20 years, all this kind of stuff. Like, it's going to play into the Halloween 2018 of it all, which I think is going to be really good. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and jump on in to the news. How about it? I've said what's up to you guys. Of course, in typical Davey Deathray fashion, I've been talking for over 15 minutes. Luke Perry's great. Christy Swanson's really good. I mean, Donald Sutherland is a friggin' gem, like one of the best actors of his era, Paul Rubens right there in Foz's pick. Rutger Hauer, right? It's Rutger Hauer that's in that movie. I mean, he is, like, no joke. If Rutger Hauer is in a movie, I want to watch it. Like, he and like George C. Scott, I think of them as like old guy actors. I don't know why. They just have this like grizzly, tough old dude look, like even tough as older guys kind of thing. God, Rutger Hauer's so good. Yeah. Oh yeah, David Arquette's like super young. Oh my God, and that's like a year before Airheads, right? Okay. David Arquette is like unrecognizable. He's so young, so babyface, Is it Foz, can somebody no one has confirmed that Rutger Hauer is in the Buffy movie, and I'm starting to think that I'm making it up. I have a weird memory. Somebody tell me, is it him that's in the movie, or is this a Mandela effect? I don't even know. Let me know what you got. Okay, let's see here for news. We got Eli Roth's Ice Cream Man poster trailer due on Monday. How about it? Holy cow. Is that going to fit? Okay, excellent. And then we're going to talk Behind the Mask 2. Oh, yes. The return of Leslie Vernon. How about it? Again, guys, if you've not seen the first Leslie Vernon, it's pretty damn awesome. What other news are we going to get into here, guys? Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, to hit Shudder in May. Oh, yeah, that's very exciting. Everyone's always asking, where can I watch those episodes? You can watch them on YouTube, but, it's going to be, like, ripped from a VHS kind of quality. Some of them might be like a DVD, but it's not, it's going to be amazing to be able to watch them on Shudder. And then let's see if we get into one of these stories that I want to jump into here. Let me see here. Castlevania, Belmont's Curse. Oh my God. You know what Belmont's Curse is? Is that I'm going to love this series forever and no one's ever going to care when I talk about it. And then Frankie Maniac Woman. I don't know if you guys saw this. Let's see here. Wild Slasher, Frankie Maniac Woman. When is that due? This is due. Oh, shit. Hitting very soon. All right. Hits theater. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. I don't need to walk you guys through the whole thing. Okay. Here we go, guys. Are we ready? Are we pumped for the news? Did somebody confirm that it's Rutger Hauer? Oh, thank God. Jamie, thank you. He's Lothos. You're going to one-up me with the character name on my stream? I'm just joking, Foz. How dare you whip out the thing from what is it, Rocco's Modern Life? I love that. Yeah. E-Chair, welcome on in. Is this your first time? If so, you're kicking it with the Death Squad. Hope you have a great time. Yeah, the very first episode is called The Man Who Was Death. What they're going to do, well, we'll talk about it. I'll explain everything, but that's a really good episode with William Sadler. It is incredible. Oh my gosh, what an episode. That whole first season is like banger after banger after banger. Let's see here. Okay. A young Ben Affleck was one of the basketball players in Buffy? All right, I guess I need to rewatch that movie. I continuously compare Nightwish to Castlevania, and I never know what you mean, Davey, not gonna lie. Well, that operatic, symphonic style of metal I always think of Castlevania, because name me a band that was playing that kind of music before 1986. Like, I can't think of a band that was doing, like, okay, Merciful Fate had like 2 records. King Diamond had some stuff. Okay, so there's a little bit of that. There is. I would say like the Castlevania stuff is a little more classical feeling to me, but okay, Merciful Fate, King Diamond, I will, I'll cede the floor to them on this one. But yeah, I don't know. Listen to the Symphony of the Night soundtrack. I think that came out in 97, but the series started in 86. It's still similar kind of music, but by the time they were hitting the CD systems like the PlayStation and the TurboGrafx 16, the Turbo Duo technically, with Rondo of Blood, which is fucking fantastic, but Japanese only. I know this is super nerdy stuff that we don't usually talk about, but the once they like go full rock and roll on the arrangement, you will know what I'm talking about, Carrie. You will know. And I shit you not, there are so many bands that when I hear them, what were they called? Dragon Force. I'm like, it sounds like Castlevania. That's all I mean. Okay. I think I'm caught up with everybody. We're going to just jump into some news and we can, bullshit a whole bunch after. We'll see. I probably will. Okay, guys, let's check this out here. So, okay, there's that. And then I'm going to do my typical thing, guys. I'm going to read through the story, give you my thoughts and stuff, and then we will, from there, I'll jump in and get your guys' thoughts. So, okay, here we go. Let's bust out this first story. This should just be a quick little one. And I just have to talk about it because it's a big curiosity with me. All right, guys. Well, Eli Roth has been producing a whole bunch, making a whole bunch of movies in that regard. And we really haven't seen much from him as a director. I don't think he's done anything since Thanksgiving in, what was that? 2023, something like that. So, it's been a little bit, and we've heard about this Ice Cream Man movie, which is, I guess, not a remake of the one with Clint Howard. It's like, I think simultaneously there's a movie that is a remake of that film being made, but Eli Roth's got his own thing here. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of a different twist on the whole Ice Cream Man idea. And right here you can see from the headline, this one's brought to us by Alex DiVincenzo over at Bloody Disgusting. The headline reads, Eli Roth's Ice Cream Man melts into new poster teaser coming Monday. So let's see what we got here. From Hostel and Thanksgiving director Eli Roth, Ice Cream Man is serving up a new poster ahead of its I swear I can read. From Hostel and Thanksgiving director Eli Roth, Ice Cream Man is serving up a new poster ahead of its teaser trailer debut this Monday, April 13th. The unrated horror film will be released in theaters nationwide on August 7th via the horror section and Iconic Releasing. Written by Roth and longtime friend Noah Belson, Ice Cream Man follows an idyllic summer town descending into madness when an ice cream man serves kids sweet delights with horrifying results. And then we've got a whole bunch of people starring here. Every time I try to read through the names, I just end up butchering them. So I'll just let you guys read them right there. I know this guy, though, Snoop Dogg, who's also working with Roth on the forthcoming Don't Go in That House, Bitch, is contributing music to the film along with composer Brandon Roberts, who worked on Thanksgiving and Andor. So how about that? And then we've got some folks from The Whale and Thanksgiving and the new Frankenstein film who worked on the prosthetics. So there you go, guys. All the details, all that kind of stuff. It looks like they're going to have swag and photo ops at the CinemaCon in Vegas on April 14th. So that includes an appearance by Roth at 12:30. So let me just do that and show you guys the poster there. Not gonna lie, the ice cream still looks tasty. What can you say? And then there's another image here. It looks a little grainier. Okay, I see what it is. I'll show you guys this in a second. It's a little kind of fuzzy, but it looks to be an advertisement for the CinemaCon thing. So yeah, let's just kind of soak it in. I mean, the blood looks nice and goopy and thick, and it's got that crimson color. I'm digging the viscosity and the tone of the blood there. Again, the ice cream looks delicious. And you know, the Clint Howard Ice Cream Man is like a revenge slasher, you know, a sick, twisted tale of this guy that's been picked on and all that stuff. This feels a little bit different from what they described. I'm just going to read an excerpt from the description again, because it says, idyllic summer town descending into madness when an ice cream man serves kids sweet delights with horrifying results. So it sounds like it's all coming from the ice cream. So that's, I guess, the different tilt they're putting on this. And let me show you guys this is the ad for CinemaCon. So yeah, if you zoom in, it's going to be, or zoomed in, it looks kind of fuzzy, but basically it's just an advertisement. It's got a little map down there at the bottom center of the whole advertisement. It just kind of lets you know where this, you know, it looks like the ice cream truck, or there's going to be some sort of, you know, live event they're going to do out on the streets. So yeah, catch Eli Roth as he kicks off CinemaCon in Las Vegas. Swing by the ice cream truck for some killer swag and a photo op to die for. So that sounds pretty cool. I mean, if I could just fuck off from work and do the whole CinemaCon thing in Vegas, that would be a lot of fun, but I don't think I've got the scratch to keep that going. But anywho, all of that aside, let's take, I'm going to swing it back on over here so we can check out this poster. And I don't really know what to think, guys. Eli Roth kind of won me over with Thanksgiving. Like, I'm not the hugest fan of all of his movies, but Thanksgiving is one of the best slashers I've seen in a really long time. I love whodunit revenge slashers. So I was pumped on that. I'm eagerly waiting a sequel, Eli. If you could get to work on that, that would be awesome. I know a lot of people, a lot of talent, a lot of schedules. I understand, but we need it. Okay. Anyways, taking it back to Ice Cream Man. I guess this is going to have to hold me over. I guess I'm going to have dessert before I have my second helping of Thanksgiving dinner, so to speak. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It seems really really, what am I saying? I'm looking forward to this one because it seems like the perfect kind of, you know, cheesy, sort of over-the-top slasher that Eli did so well with Thanksgiving. So give me all the B-movie goodness, just like Papa John loves trash there in the chat. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Ice Cream Man, but I guess we got to wait until August 7th. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. So if you're watching live, let me know in the chat. If you're watching after the fact, jump on into the comments. Let me know your thoughts down there. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump on over to see what you guys are saying about this. Boom. Holy cow. 83 something chats. You guys are crazy. Thank you, Eli, for sharing Jamie's channel. Really appreciate you. Oh, and Carrie's channel. Hey, what's happening, Gav? Welcome on in. Mr. Mud Nelson says, listen, Eli Roth is so hit or miss, but I like that he's bringing back the heyday of horror through a modern lens. He helped get Jimmy and Stiggs out by one of my favorite current directors, I believe. Yeah, dude, that movie, I missed that one in theaters. It looks really good. It looks right up my alley too, like total Evil Dead 2, Dead Alive kind of craziness, right? I love that. And I totally get what you're saying. I think for me, it was the Eli stuff, like Hostel was just sort of not really my vibe. You know, I like the sequel better. But yeah, I'm super pumped on what he's got going here. Let's see here. Oh shoot. I missed some membership chats and some super chats and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, everyone loves Sasha Jensen, right? Okay. Guys, I might miss some of your chats just so I'm not like sitting here languishing in the, you know, in the scrolling of the chat here. Look at that. Eli Cortez has been a member for 20 months. Thank you so very much, Eli. And look at that. He uses his membership chat to remind you guys to slash that like button, sub to this amazing channel, and consider becoming a member of the Mighty Death Squad for some sweet perks. Yeah, we got merch and all that sort of fun stuff too. Links in the description. Papa John says, I'm very much looking forward to Ice Cream Man. I love most, definitely not all, of Eli Roth's films. E-Roth, let's just call him E-Roth. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Absolutely. Zach says there's a great horror comic called Ice Cream Man. It's like Twilight Zone existential horror, an anthology type setup with one or two continuous characters. I've never even heard of that. So, but it sounds like it's unrelated to this, Zach. Or is there some sort of connection there? Not to say that there has to be. I'm just curious if there's something I'm missing about the story. Something like that, yeah. Hopefully it turns like. I don't want it to be that simple. It would be cool if they like turns them into zombies or some sort of creatures. Not as simple as zombies. Turns them into something. Just giant ice cream monsters. That'd be kind of cool. Dude, I thought that was actually pretty funny. I don't know how it can really be lame because it's just meant for jokes, but I thought it was pretty funny. Every time Snoop Dogg says, "Don't go in that house, bitch," it makes me laugh every single time. I don't know. I mean, what a talented guy Snoop Dogg is. He can do like whatever he wants in music. And then, I know it's a freebie. It's a freebie, Jamie. Guys, Jamie doesn't like to swear in the chat. Although I've told her numerous times she can fucking swear in the chat. But I understand if you guys got your own boundaries, I like boundaries. Boundaries are good. Everyone should have them. Yeah, I think it is just the cherry sauce. It's a black cherry. Yeah, for sure. Ryan Michael dropping a $4.99 says, "That's how I like my ice cream. Drippy and bloody." Mm-hmm. There? I guess I haven't seen that one or haven't seen it in a while. I didn't have HBO as a kid, so I had to like watch it when I was at friends' houses, and I've caught up on a whole bunch of it because Eli sent me like 4 or 5 of those seasons on DVD. It's gorgeous. They're like little books. It's so cool. The heyday of DVDs where everything was in a nice book. You open it up and it tells you like who directed the episode and who wrote the episode. It's like really, really cool shit. But yeah, I don't remember that one. I remember the ice cream episode of The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Yeah, Cosmic Urgency's talking about that. Yeah. Eyeball for the cherry. Oh, Steph's got some good ideas. Jigsaw dropping a $5. Thank you so much. Jiggy says, "Ice cream? Where?" I know, I would love some right now. For those of you that were in the Discord the other night, I can't remember what movie we were watching, but I went to Burger King and got an ice cream cone. I shit you not, there was like this much ice cream. I'll compare it to my head. It was actually probably about as big as my head. And I held my hand out and the woman was like, "Here's your ice cream." And I go, "Is that a joke?" I was like, "Somebody hate me in there or really like me? Like, what's going on?" I can't handle an ice cream cone that big. It's too crazy. Something like that. I don't know. It'd be way too expensive, unfortunately, It's pretty damn good. Okay, guys, let me see here. Boom, right here with another ice cream emoji. Ryan Michael with a $4.99 super chat. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Thank you so very much. It looks like we've reached our goal. I'm going to grab those other super chats and then we're going to move on with the news, guys. Or have I grabbed all of them? Oh my gosh. Ryan Michael and Jigsaw, you guys, thank you so much. You all are way too kind, very gracious. Thank you. Guys, we've reached our super chat goal, so we're gonna hang for a bit. But let me jump in and finish the news here. All right, let's jump into the big one, guys. This is where the nerves really get going, huh? Let me make sure everything is... There we go. There we go. All right, guys. So the big news from the last few days is this long-awaited sequel to Behind the Mask 2. Wait, that's not the way to start it. I should have started it by saying the name of the first movie. All right, here we go. We're going to restart. This is the cool thing about watching the news live, guys, is you get all of the mistakes and everything. So, guys, the big news that came out just the other day on the 9th, so this was Thursday this came in, we're finally getting a sequel to Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. This article comes to us by way of Megan Navarro over at Bloody Disgusting. The headline reads, "Long-awaited sequel, Behind the Mask 2, The Return of Leslie Vernon is officially on the way." Now, I just recently watched the first movie, in fact, before this stream. So I've known about it since probably what we were talking about the other day. '08 or '09 is when I became aware of it. And yeah, for whatever reason, I just never watched it. I can't tell you why. But I checked it out today. I thought it was really damn good. Very impressive. Love the style. Love where they're going with it. And I think a sequel, here 20 years later could be really, really awesome. So let's jump into the article and see what we got. We've actually got 2 articles about this one. So we're going to read like the announcement, and then we're going to jump into another little something about it. So this article starts out by saying, it's been 20 years since Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon introduced audiences to an unconventional new slasher icon, and fans have clamored for a sequel since. After multiple false starts, it's now official. The long-awaited sequel is finally moving forward. Behind the Mask director Scott Glosserman and writer David J. Steve have confirmed sequel Behind the Mask 2, The Return of Leslie Vernon, at a special 20th anniversary screening at Alamo Drafthouse in downtown LA tonight, which is Thursday, I believe. The news was first reported by Variety. Not only will Glosserman and Steve return for the sequel, but Behind the Mask 2 also reunites original stars Nathan Basil, Angela Goethals, and Robert Englund, returning as Leslie Vernon, Taylor Gentry, and Doc Halloran, respectively. See, even when I try to say just like chill names, I always mess them up. Robert Englund, I got that one down pat. In the 2006 meta slasher, the next great psycho horror slasher is given a documentary crew exclusive access to his life as he plans his reign of terror over the sleepy town of Glen Echo. And Glosserman stated, for 20 years, people have asked if Leslie would ever come back. The truth is, he never really left. Fans kept this movie alive by sharing it, quoting it, introducing it to their friends, and treating it like something worth holding on to. This sequel is happening because of them. As part of that process, the filmmakers are launching a Kickstarter campaign that invites fans to participate directly in the making of Behind the Mask 2. That's pretty awesome. So maybe you can get your name in the credits or something if you contribute. Perhaps we can check out that campaign. I'm kind of curious here. The film is already moving forward, but the campaign is meant to bring in the community that kept Leslie Vernon alive for 20 years to help shape how big and ambitious the sequel can be. Glosserman says, quote, we're making the movie either way, but the more the audience gets involved, the bigger we can make it. Bigger set pieces, more cameos, more surprises. This has always been a fan-driven film, and it still is. So there we go, guys. We've got some talks about the producers here. We got Glosserman talking about the producers, Aaron B. Kuntz and Cameron Burns, saying Aaron, Cam, and the entire Paper Street team never stopped believing there was more story to tell with Leslie. Their support and persistence over the years made a huge difference in getting us here. They've built a home for bold horror filmmakers, and I couldn't imagine making this sequel with anyone else. So now, according to Megan Navarro's article here, we just have to see how well Leslie Vernon has kept up with his cardio all these years. And yeah, stay tuned for more. We're expecting this one, or at least Bloody Disgusting is, sometime in 2027. So let's go ahead. How about it, guys? You want to take a look at the Kickstarter? I think it would be fun to take a look at the Kickstarter right now. And then we'll jump into the next little piece of news here. So let's take a look. Behind the Mask 2, the Return of Leslie Vernon. They've got a nice little title card there. I'm digging it. Let's see if they have anything up. No, they don't. It says launching soon. Okay, so let's see if we can find a date. Guys, you can click the notify button to be notified on launch. I think I'm actually going to do that unless it's... No, it's going to make me verify everything. Okay, I'll do that later. Let's just check it out for now. So nothing really here other than the announcement for the announcement. Who's involved, all that kind of stuff. Pretty much a little bit of the info that we just went through. But I will make sure to drop that link in the description. It is on the Bloody Disgusting page, so you guys can find this site here, and you can make sure to be notified if you want to contribute. So let's jump on over to the next piece of news here. And this one is great, I think, for the sequel, and something that fans, should expect, especially now that Robert is, we see him at a lot of cons and everything like that, but we want to see him performing in movies, right? So this article comes to us by the man, John Squires, over at Bloody Disgusting, with a headline that reads, Robert Englund will have a larger role in Behind the Mask 2, the return of Leslie Vernon. So let's go ahead and jump down in here and see what we got. Look at that shot. Look at Robert just doing his best Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis thing. I friggin' love it so much. Man, Leslie Vernon, the rise of Leslie Vernon has a lot of really cool, they're like very direct on the nose homages to horror. And then there's some really cool ones snuck in there. So let's see what John Squires has got here. The article says the surprise announcement was made last night that Leslie Vernon will return in 20 years later sequel Behind the Mask 2, The Return of Leslie Vernon, with a Kickstarter campaign launching soon that will allow fans to become part of the experience. Yes, we covered all that. The good news, the movie is happening no matter what. The fundraiser will only serve to juice up the budget. All right, so there you go. Another little plug for the Kickstarter. The stars of the 2006 movie Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon will reunite for the upcoming sequel with those people whose names I butchered earlier, and Robert Englund confirmed a return as Leslie Vernon, Taylor Gentry, and Doc Halloran, respectively. So let's go ahead and jump a little bit ahead here. It looks like there's a quote that we just read from the other article. Here we go. We're going to skip ahead. Horror legend Robert Englund played the Dr. Loomis-like Doc Halloran in the original movie back in 2006, and Glosserman promises that his role will be more substantial in the sequel, with Glosserman telling Rue Morgue in a new interview, quote, "He has a more substantial role. He will be a more consequential character in this movie, whereas in the first one, he was a cameo, albeit an important one. This time, he's more significant. I'll leave it at that." So that's pretty awesome. Like I said, we love seeing him on the circuit and everything. Everyone's going to bug him about being Freddy again until there's no Robert to bug, right? That's going to be his life. And, but it doesn't mean that we can't get him in movies like this. And especially after seeing the first one just earlier today, I'm really, really excited for this one. I just want to grab a couple other quotes here from Glosserman because it doesn't look like it's something that was covered in that previous article. So let's see just an extension of that interview that the director Glosserman had with Rue Morgue. He says, quote, "In 2006, what we did was very novel. But then the whole meta self-referential thing not only super saturated horror, it permeated myriad of other genres. So it's not enough to just be self-referential. We have to dig a lot deeper now, while preserving that commentary about the conventions and archetypes of what we're exploring. Fortunately, we have entire cycles of horror over the last 2 decades to pontificate about. And also, we can reflect on our own lives, what we've been up to for the last 20 years, and how that corresponds to our characters and what they've been doing," he teases. Was Leslie a success? And according to what benchmarks? Did he become the next Michael Myers? Well, not commercially, but he's respected by the community in his world as he is in the real world. So a lot of the narrative focuses on what has happened since then. All right, so it looks like there's a whole interview there with Rue Morgue. And then there we go. We got the title card. So yeah, a lot of news with Behind the Mask 2, the return of Leslie Vernon. And I don't know, I'm very curious to know what you guys think. I know some of us still haven't seen the movie. I got nothing to say about it since I just watched it for the first time today, even though I've been aware of it for like 18 years. But I'm very curious to know what fans of the movie, what you guys think about this news. Maybe you're brand new and you're like, what the hell is this? Now I have to go watch this Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Yes, you do. It is way different than, any horror movie you're going to see. And if you've seen a lot of slasher movies, you're going to totally get a kick out of it. They're, there are unintentionally funny moments and intentionally funny moments. And it's very well acted. Really, really good. Anyways, I could sit here and talk and tell you how much I liked the first movie. But really, I'm excited for the fans that have been there since the beginning, that 20 years later, we're going to get a sequel. And it sounds like it's going to do, kind of what I was guessing earlier, which is this, it's going to take a look at all of the horror that is amassed in between, then and now. I think we're going to get some references to like 2018 Halloween and all that stuff. They're going to make fun of Michael Myers still doing his thing, or gosh, he was near 80 when he finally kicked the bucket. There's going to be all sorts of references to what happened in Halloween Ends, because again, in the Leslie Vernon world, everything that happened in Halloween, Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street is actually something that happened in the real world, if you can wrap your head around that. Anyways, yeah, very, very excited for this one, and I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know what you got in the live chat. If you're watching after the fact, jump on into the comments and let me know your thoughts down there. Okay, let's see what you guys got here. Oh my gosh, Astoria is so beautiful. That is one of my favorite places in the world. I love it so much there. Love it so much there, Zach. If I could live like, living in Astoria or living in like Cannon Beach, that would be amazing. Isn't it crazy? It's totally crazy. And yeah, my friend Sam Fisher told me about it. I'm guessing it was like 09. Like that's what I'm guessing. But everything's so foggy from back then. A lot of pot smoking, a lot of drinking, and a lot of playing really loud music. Let's see what you guys got here. I'm going to scroll back up and see what we have. For good to exist, you gotta have evil. Yeah, it's like the song from the South Park musical or movie, movie musical. Yeah, Paradise Lost. Found it. That's a very great, like, little Jim Carrey-ish kind of moment. He's got a little bit of that Jim Carrey smirk going on. Oh my gosh. You got the right stuff. Yeah, the reason I ain't a song. All I need is you. You're so right. All I want. See, I don't even know I'm just making up my own melodies. It's great. It just makes me want to sing the white stuff from Weird Al. That's, yeah. Take one. There's even a couple mistakes I left in there because I'm just like, fuck it. I can't keep can't just make you guys deal with that forever. Ooh, I'm guessing that's the artwork that I've seen out and about. It's got that classic Fright Rags look. Yeah. Yeah, Hatchet's really fun. I think I prefer Behind the Mask just because it, does a little something different with the whole thing. But I thought the first Hatchet was pretty damn fun. I think I've seen the second one. Didn't like it as much. Still fun, but not as much blood being thrown at trees. That was my favorite part about Hatchet. I'm like, ooh, every time somebody gets killed, they just throw a bucket of blood at a tree, and they're like, that's the kill. Like it. I don't like it. Okay, let's see what else you guys got going on. Oreo. What's in the middle? The white stuff. Oh, so good. Okay, I'm just gonna move on to the next story here. Imagine if Art the Clown showed up and Behind the Mask too. Well, they're definitely gonna talk about that. He's gonna reference the old timers, and he's for sure going to be like, well, and with Art the Clown, like, it's 20 years later. Like, I'm not getting any younger, but now they expect more. They want more splatter. They want more. There's got to be some sort of reference there for sure. You are on it. Code Melted jumping on in with a $10 super chat. Holy cow. We are discussing a little bit of everything because I'm covering some horror news. So we did some Eli Roth Ice Cream Man. We talked Behind the Mask 2, the return of Leslie Vernon being announced. And we're about to move on to a little something different. We got a couple small stories to close things out, guys, as far as the news. Code Melted, thank you so very much for the tenor. And really, you dropped a tenor. If you want us to discuss something once we're done with the news, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. We will chat about it. All right, so Tales from the Crypt is hitting Shudder in May. Let me do a little bit of this, and then I think I'm going to do a little bit of that. There we go. Okay, that's what we want. So yeah, guys, this is really exciting because everyone's like, where can I see this show? It's not on Paramount. It's not on HBO Max, even though the show is on HBO. It's not on Netflix. It's not anywhere except for YouTube. But usually they're, not the best quality, but still totally worth watching. However, here we go. Megan Navarro from Bloody Disgusting. We got a headline that reads, Tales from the Crypt to finally make its streaming debut on Shudder next month. This is awesome news. Take a look at our guy, the Crypt Keeper, voiced by John Kassir. One of the best voices out there. One of the best hosts of horror. Like, I know he's not Elvira's a lot better looking, but I don't know. I got a little affinity for the Crypt Keeper. He's fun. He is fun. All right, so this article says it's halfway to Halloween and Shudder is pulling out all the undead stops. Today, the horror streamer has announced it will exclusively debut all 7 seasons uncensored of the 90s cult classic horror anthology series Tales from the Crypt. Featuring the iconic Crypt Keeper voiced by John Kassir. The series' first season debuts on May 1st, with additional seasons rolling out every Friday through June 12th. The news hails from Overlook Film Festival, where Kassir revealed an all-new teaser and poster art below. Ooh, we're going to take a look at that in a panel for the cult anthology series. In Tales from the Crypt, inspired by the 1950s EC comics, each episode offers a self-contained story hosted by the Crypt Keeper, who is a wisecracking corpse known for his macabre puns. With its signature unrestricted gore, profanity, and dark irony, the show's episode styles range from comedy to drama and deliver twisted moral lessons where, quote, bad people meet poetically horrific ends. And issues like greed, lust, and moral decay lead to tragic consequences. Yes, it is your classic Tales of Comeuppance, they could call it. You know, it's Twilight Zone, but just a little meaner, a little more punk rock. And yeah, as you can see here, guys, we don't need to run through all the names, but look at the A-list stars that, you know, were either guests or directed episodes. That was a really cool thing. You know, yeah, you see here at the bottom, Tom Hanks, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Michael J. Fox all got to direct episodes, which is pretty rad because they're not directors. So it was awesome opportunity for people to stretch some other muscles and have a little fun. I love this show so much. I'm very much looking forward to it being, you know, out there for everyone to get to dive into. Maybe it'll be some people's first time. I would imagine that'll be the case. Even people that were around, you know, when it was contemporary. But for anyone that grew up with this show, like, you know, I was just a kid when it debuted in what was it, early 90s, 93, something like that. You know, I was just like 11, 12 years old or whatever. So I had to sneak around to watch this, and I could never watch it at home because we didn't have HBO. So very much looking forward to everyone being able to enjoy Tales from the Crypt. I think it's pretty awesome. I'm curious to know if you guys have like a favorite episode. Let me know in the live chat. If you've got something, you know, if you're watching after the fact, jump into the comment section. Let us know. Let's take a look at this advertisement. I'm not going to run the trailer. I don't want to get knocked for using the music or anything like that. But let's go ahead and check out the poster here. The complete original series, Tales from the Crypt. Finally streaming fully uncensored on Shudder. And look at that. The Crypt Keeper doesn't look a day over 560. You know, he's looking really, really good. He's ready for the comeback. Hopefully, guys, I don't know, maybe I'm putting the cart before the horse here. What if this thing totally pops off and Shudder wants to do some new episodes and we get some new seasons of Tales from the Crypt? It's a good sign that they've got the rights to show the old episodes. It doesn't mean that they have the rights to do new ones, but it's a good sign that maybe something else could happen. And this could just be sort of a tester, you know, putting the feeler out there, seeing what people think, seeing what the traffic is like, how many new subs they get or whatever to watch these, you know, rerun episodes of this classic 90s show. And if it goes well, I could absolutely see them wanting to reboot this. And we've talked about this on the show before. I want to see it rebooted with people like, you know, Ty West, Jordan Peele, Osgood Perkins. Like, you know, the original series had this amazing group of producers and directors and writers behind it. I would love for it to be like an all-star of modern horror kind of crew that's behind it. And they're all contributing to make this show awesome. So not one of them has to be pulled away from their film work or anything, but they can still, you know, be there to produce and make sure that the show is, you know, going the right way. And it would be a great opportunity for young talent to get to show what they can do. And maybe even like in the previous, you know, in the original series with Michael J. Fox, Tom Hanks, Arnold directing episodes, like maybe we could see episodes where, you know, the stars that we see in horror films or even A-list stars, you know, would want to come contribute, either a cameo, maybe direct, that kind of fun stuff. I think it could be really cool. I would love to see a reboot. But as I have said before, I want the reboot to be in 4:3 aspect ratio. I want it to be like old school TV. That's the kind of old timey guy I am, but I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. If you're watching in the live chat, let me know your favorite episode and your thoughts on this. If you're going to be tuning in, or maybe you're going to be subscribing to Shudder just so you can watch the show. And if you're watching after the fact, same thing. Jump into the comments. Let me know your favorite episode. If you can't choose one because it's so tough, feel free to just list however many you want. It totally works. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit all the buttons and do all that fun stuff. And yeah, let's see what you got to say in the live chat. Okay, y'all. What do you guys have to say? I'm going to go right on over there. There we are. Looks like we got Hollywood Lido in the chat. What's happening, Lido? Great to see you. Welcome on in. Oh, yeah, the Crypt Keeper lives. You know, it is a lost art calling somebody the Crypt Keeper as like a dig, you know? It used to be something you could do in the 90s and early 2000s. People don't really understand the reference as much anymore. Maybe the show being on Shudder will change that. What's happening, Mark? Welcome on in. Yes, no, it's so good. It is so good. So well worth the visit. We do need new episodes. I would gladly take some. I would love that. Everyone's saying hi to Lito. Let's hope they don't crop the image to make it widescreen. Yeah, I hope. I like the, you know, the whole 4:3 look. I don't know what it is. It's just sometimes I think limitations are kind of cool. They just like, it would be so nostalgic to keep it that way. And then it's kind of might be fun for some of the directors to get to work in that space, you know? Like, I mean, David Lynch did at least the first couple seasons of Twin Peaks or 4:3. You know, he found a really good way to make that space work. It is about how you use the space. It's not everything needs to be widescreen, right? Although, I mean, I love widescreen. E-Chair is saying in season 1, episode 1, I can't forget the look on William Sadler's face when he was getting zapped in the chair. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Heatman, his monologues that he's gotten that, some of the stuff his character says in that episode is some of the realest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like the first time I watched it or revisited it, I was like, oh my God, the dude is like speaking the truth. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, dig that cat. He's real gone. Yes. That's the one. Dig that cat that's the one with Joey Pants where he's the magician that like has so many, he has like 9 lives or whatever. I think that's what it is. Yeah. That would be cool. I guess that would be the next step. Although I think, was that owned by ABC? That might be tough. For some reason, I think ABC did that cartoon. I don't know. You'll have to tell me, Foz. Refresh my memory, but wasn't Goosebumps actually pretty good for what it was? You know, I never watched Goosebumps. I was a little too, like, I don't even know when the show came out. When the books came out, I was already too old for the books. So I would like totally past all that. So yeah, the one that I grew up with as a kid that was like the kid show for my kid age was Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was my, like, I really like that anthology show. Not every episode's great, but man, the ones that work really work. And yeah, kudos to Nickelodeon for putting a little something together like that. You know what I mean? Will the footage be converted to high quality version? Let me dig and see if there's anything about that. It doesn't say so in this article. Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't say. It says the reopening of the Tales from the Crypt content archive is made possible by Dark Castle Entertainment, which is to say that this streaming announcement is a momentous occasion. The series' complicated rights history has until now prevented it. So it doesn't say anything about if they're going to clean it up. I would imagine it's going to be, you know, it's not going to look grainy or anything like that, I would imagine. Okay, let's jump into the next little bit of news here. Later this year, they're coming out with a giant hardcover book collecting the original EC Comics Tales from the Crypt stories. Damn. Yeah, I know a lot of those are Vault of Horror, and then some of them are from Tales from the Crypt. I'm happy they use the name Tales from the Crypt because I like it more than Vault of Horror, but Vault of Horror is cool. Yeah. Yeah, same here. Same here. Okay, let me jump into, I don't even know. Sometimes, guys, we cover a couple stories or a few stories, and I'm like, all right, should I just chat with everybody now? You know what? I'm gonna put you guys through it. Let's see how many people we lose in the stream. Let's fucking, you know, fuck it. It can't get any worse, right? I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. Okay, Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Let's fucking do this. I know Ryan. I'd imagine that maybe Ryan's gonna like this. So guys, this one comes to us from our guy Mike Wilson, who, judging by his little icon there, which I think is from one of the Splatterhouse games, this guy must be our video game connoisseur over there at Bloody Disgusting. And this is exciting news for me. I'm a huge Castlevania fan. It's my favorite video game franchise. I have loved it since, I don't know, I think the first time I played it might have been 1988 or 89. Shout out to Alan Rawlings, who is actually my brother-in-law now, but back then he was just the big brother of my friend who lived down the street, and he showed me Castlevania for the very first time. It's wild how that stuff goes. That all the way back in Juneau, Alaska. You never know how, you know, the chips are going to fall and all that stuff. So anyways, now that you have my whole backstory and why I love Castlevania, or my very first experience with Castlevania, this is a game series that was sort of like left to die by Konami. And, you know, they've done little, like, I guess, kind of like Android games, you know, just very simple games, but nothing like diving into, you know, the story and jumping into that world of Castlevania. And if you guys don't know, Castlevania in general is about the Belmont family and their other relatives, for the most part, that, you know, they're kind of cursed to have to fight Dracula once every 100 years or so. It's just how it goes, you know. We just have to move past it. But here we go. We finally got a new video game, and this one surprises me. When it was announced like a few months ago, I was like, oh my god, I just could not believe it, because again, we thought we were never going to get another Castlevania game ever. I mean, there's things like what is the I'm trying to remember on the fly while doing news, and I'm remembering that I don't even have that pulled up. Oh my gosh, epic fail for me. Anyways, let's just jump into this thing, guys. Whip into action in the new Castlevania Belmont's Curse gameplay trailer. Ooh, very, very exciting stuff. Look at that image. You gotta love some good anime, right? It's got the Morning Star there and everything. All right, here we go, guys. Motion Twin and Evil Empire have dropped a bit of news for their upcoming Castlevania Belmont's Curse in the form of a new gameplay trailer featuring commentary from Motion Twin. The trailer gives fans a look at some of the game's combat and locales, including, of all things, a boss fight with Joan of Arc. Wow, Joan of Arc. All right, they're getting crazy with it. Castlevania Belmont's Curse takes place in Paris in 1499, set 23 years after Castlevania Dracula's Curse, which is the third video game released by Nintendo. It's actually a prequel, but it's the third game they put out. Paris is engulfed in flames as monstrous creatures suddenly emerge from the shadows. Armed with the legendary Holy Whip, the vampire killer, Trevor Belmont's successor ventures into the burning streets and looming castle to hunt down the beasts. The whip is not the only tool at your disposal. In addition to your sword, in addition to your whip, I think what they mean, as players, wow, in addition to your sword, as players, that is some crazy. Did AI write this, or is it just a mistake? I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me know. In addition to your whip, as players move through Paris towards Dracula's castle, they'll unlock new tools and powers to better aid them in the fight against Dracula and his minions. True to the roots of the series, you will encounter colorful characters and powerful foes, stumble upon many secret chambers, dig up numerous hidden items, and whip your way through challenging areas. And yeah, guys, you can check this out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, the Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. And it's going to mark the 40th anniversary of the franchise later on this year. Do you guys want to take a look at this trailer? I might just mute it and we can watch it. How about that? Let me do that. Ooh, there we go. Why won't it let me? Okay. I'm just going to mute it just in case there's music that's played, guys. I don't want to get bugged by the folks over there at Konami. But here we go. Dracula Belmont's Curse. Let's take a look at what we got. Very beautiful, you know, cell shading modern graphics here. So I just had 2 epileptic seizures just from the opening. Looks great. Metroidvania kind of thing, you know. Oh, and they've got an 8-bit style or 16-bit style. Okay. Well, I like that. I don't know if you can freely go back and forth. The game looks beautiful. I do dig the art style. Oh man, they're going to make you read a whole bunch. Well, there's Joan of Arc. I mean, Metroidvania up the wazoo. If you know, like any of the Castlevania games that have been released in the last like 30-ish years, you know, this is going to be up your alley. Oh, that looks crazy. Platforming is always pretty difficult in these games. This looks like a lot of fun. It looks like something I would be absolutely terrible at, but I'm gonna have to play. I don't really have an option here, guys. It's when it comes to Castlevania, you know, I really can't stop it. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that rolling here. So here's the fight with Joan of Arc, which kind of surprises me. I guess she's a vampire in this storyline here. So the boss fight looks pretty simple. Really, it's just you know, basic mechanics and everything. I do love the look of it, and that's kind of all I need. You know, I don't know if I've ever played a Castlevania game that I like haven't enjoyed, if that makes any sense. So yeah, there we go. There's a little Castlevania Belmont's curse. I almost said Belmont's Return of Leslie Vernon. I got too much of it on the brain, guys. But anywho, give me your thoughts in the live chat or in the comment section after the fact. You can tell me never talk about video games ever again, Davey. That was terrible. Why are you making me listen to you talk about Castlevania? And I'll tell you why. Because this is a horror channel and Castlevania is horror as fuck. That's why. All right. So let me know what you got in the live chat or in the comments down below, guys. Okay. What's up? Up my alley. Ow. Well, yeah, there was a couple shots there, Shane, and thank you so much for jumping on in, Shane. Yeah, a couple shots, maybe 32-bit. I know they're trying to make it look like that 16-ish bit, but yeah, it's, you know, clearly they've got all the capabilities. Yeah, man, looking forward to it. Somehow I gained viewers and didn't lose. I will take it. There's just been a couple other times when I talk about Castlevania and it's like, boo. Castlevania anime on Netflix on my list of things to watch. Dude, yeah, you're going to want to watch that. The first series, I think there's 4 seasons of it. I fucking love that show. That show is so good. Oh my God. And then they did a follow-up series that follows, so it's basically Richter Belmont from Rondo of Blood. It follows him, and it's good. I really liked the first season. The second season, I like was into it, and then I kind of, you know, it just sort of lost me a little bit. But it's still good. But man, that first season is amazing. Or the first 4 seasons of Castlevania, unreal. Yeah, you got to check that out, Code. Gotta check it out. The beginning intro for the show is still creepy and awesome. For some reason, it soothes me, just like the intro. Oh, you're talking about Tales from the Crypt? Splatterhouse on TurboGrafx 16 was my favorite TG16 game. Shane, did the algorithm like reach out to you? Is this your first time kicking it with us? I'd imagine it is. Welcome. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. Welcome on in. We talk about horror here. I cover horror news. We dive into discussion topics. We do live tier maker rankings where you guys get to vote, which is really fun. We have a whole bunch, like pretty much what I like to do here is audience engagement. So there you go. And dude, Splatterhouse is so much fun. I love those old school games. I think my favorite TG16 game, Shane, and I love Splatterhouse, but I want to pick something different, right? Just to be a little bit different. I'm still going to pick something horror. How about that? It's a pinball game, a Nagsat pinball game called Devil's Crush. Oh my God, that game is so addictive. It's like Tetris. It's like the pinball version of Tetris. Oh my God, I'm so addicted to it. So addicted. Welcome on in, Shane. Hope you're doing well, man. Would I ever play games on YouTube? Maybe. I'd have to get a brand new computer set up. Like I'd have to have a desktop. Right now I run things off a laptop, guys, and it's starting to show its age a little bit. But yeah, if I had an actual like built computer for it, I'd totally be into doing that. I am streaming on Twitch now, so all of my streams go over on Twitch, and if I ever started gaming, I would do that over there too. Graphics are cool, but I suck at video games. Here's the cool thing, Carrie. You can just look up the games and just watch other people play and listen to the music and enjoy the art. It's amazing, you know? I played a Castlevania game for a very short amount of time, but I remember it being very fun. The only video game I play nowadays is Super Smash Bros. Man, I've wanted to play video games for weeks. Like Golden Axe 2 has been calling me for weeks, and I just haven't. I don't know why. I don't know why, but guys, I'm going to hit the pen right now. Don't judge me. Yeah. Papa John's right. The Castlevania show's great. I want to come over, stay up all night just waiting. Even if your man should not go angry. Yeah, I'm just making stuff up now. Boom, Shane. And for all the new people that are hanging out, if you're new, welcome on in, hit the like button, all that kind of fun stuff. If you're digging what you're seeing, why not subscribe? You can always leave later if I bug the shit out of you. It happens. I won't take it personally. And then we also have like a Discord link in the description below. So if you want to hang out with us on Discord, we watch movies over there. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes they're kind of mid. Sometimes we watch a movie like Black Candles and then we're forever changed. So, you know. Okay, guys, we have one more story. Davey, did you crash out when GTA 6 was delayed? I have not played a GTA game since Vice City. So, no. I didn't even know it got delayed. I'm so, like, I tell you guys, I'm out of touch. It's very particular because, like, oh, I got my fingers on the pulse of the new Castlevania game. You know, and I've heard of the Ocarina of Time, like, remaster that they're putting together, which should be really cool. Those kinds of things I keep up on. Yeah. I am fucking judgy as shit. I think you're talking to me anyway. Yes. I reserve the right to be judgy as all fuck, right? I reserve the right to talk about my life in general terms. You know, I'm not going to name names. I reserve the right to kind of be grumpy about things and not really have a good reason. At least I'll tell you that I'm being grumpy and I don't have a good reason. What's happening? We got Joe from Media Poop Shoot. Guys, if you have not subscribed over to Media Poop Shoot, check out Joe's channel. Check him out. I really dig Joe's style. He's very laid back and chill. Thank you so much for being a channel member, Joe. And yeah, Joe was one of the people that watched Black Candles with me last week, and I'll never be the same. Steph, you're right there with me as well, or with us. And Theron the Brutal, if Theron's hanging out. Let's see here. What do we got? Ooh, Absinthe Buzz listening to Christian Death. Oh my God. And it's pretty weird and fun. Do you feel dangerous, Aaron? I like it. I like it. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're hitting it. I got my iced tea, peach iced tea. It is iced tea, the rapper. Oh no, a headache all day. Those are the worst, Carrie. I'm so sorry. It's the worst when you don't know why. You're like, I didn't drink last night. I've been drinking water. I took my vitamins. What the hell? Look at me. I'm a cougher. Don't anybody worry. I could take the babiest of baby hits. I'm still a cougher. Guys, we got to take a look at one more thing. And this is the perfect time for me to be coughing, hacking up a lung after hitting my weed pen. Oh, Lordy. Here we go, guys. This is... Man, this slasher, Frankie Maniac Woman. Oh my God. This movie is going to resonate with a lot of people out there, I think. I'm tempted to play the trailer, but again, the music, like, it always bums me out when we can play it maybe with the sound off, like we had for the Castlevania thing. But let's jump on over here. Let's see. Okay, guys, this movie looks friggin' wild. It's called Frankie Maniac Woman. There's a red band trailer, and according to Alex DiVincenzo from Bloody Disgusting, he's describing it as like a female serial killer that's channeling Leatherface, and this is a gory horror comedy. I watched the trailer for this the other day. I knew I had to share it with you guys. I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people out there. It looks very... You know, it is sort of like we got that Leatherface vibe, but once we take a look at the trailer and read a little bit about it, I think you guys are going to kind of get a feel. This just, you know, very grindhouse kind of vibe that I'm getting from it, and very like, well, you'll see. We'll jump into the article and then we'll take a look at the trailer. All right. So, I mean, even just this image right here is pretty disturbing, frankly. I mean, the teeth, the jagged look of the teeth, it makes my teeth hurt looking at this. So, oh my gosh, I'm not showing you guys the thing again. We're gonna rewind and restart. You guys don't worry. I'm sending back all the super chat money for that mistake. I don't think I could do that. I'm sorry. Sorry guys, no money back, no refunds. All right, here we go. I'm gonna shake off the baddies. I'm gonna double check, make sure everything's where I want it to be. Okay, yes, everything's where I want it to be. Stop laughing at me in the chat. I'm sure you are. I'm very sensitive. Okay. Guys, I saw this trailer the other day for this movie, Frankie Maniac Woman. It's a red band trailer, and yeah, judging by the headline here from Alex DiVincenzo's article over on Bloody Disgusting, this is a female serial killer that's channeling Leatherface in this gory horror comedy. And I just got to show you guys this image before we get into the article because this is so disturbing. Man, first off, the blood looks real, so power to you for that. The fake mask is nightmare fuel. Like, this is pure nightmare fuel on the screen right now. I apologize. And then I look at the teeth and oh my God, it like makes my teeth hurt because they're so like chipped, the top row. And oh, you ever have those dreams where like your teeth are like shattering or you're crushing them into pieces or they're falling out? Like I do. This isn't even horror movies. This is just Davey Deathray asleep. So anyways, I wear a retainer. Don't worry, guys. But yeah, all that stuff that just gives me this kind of grindhousey sort of vibe here. And I think this movie's really going to resonate with a lot of people. Let's take a look at the article and then let's jump into the trailer and take a gander as well. Frankie Maniac Woman is finally becoming the person she was always meant to be in the trailer below, which earns its red band status with plenty of blood and violence. Drawing comparisons to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Substance, the serial killer horror comedy will be released in select theaters on April 24th. So this is coming up. Check your local listings, guys. Battling against the legacy of childhood trauma, internalized misogyny, and the image-obsessed fat-shaming of the LA music business, aspiring singer-songwriter Frankie Ramirez finally snaps with bloody results. Pierre Sigaritas, I'm terrible at these names. That's my best shot right there. Who directed Two Witches and Traumatica, directs from a script he co-wrote with Two Witches actress Dina Silva. And Silva stars as Frankie alongside Stephanie Estes, Tim Fox, Jordan DeBarge, Rocio de la Grana, Desma Triplett, and Daniela Mendoza, as well as the aforementioned director Sigaritas. That is it really Sigaritas? I've got to be mispronouncing some sort of beautiful language. That's not sarcastic. Don't clip that out and make me sound like a jerk. I really legit don't know how to pronounce it. So there we go. Okay. Are you guys ready to take a look at this thing? It's pretty wild. And let's just put it all out there. Frankie Maniac Woman premiered at last year's Grimfest, and Silva took home a Best Actress award. So let's take a look at this thing. Oh, I'm going to take out the sound, guys. I don't want to get dinged. And who knows, I might get dinged for some of the gore. Like, that looks amazing. That is a great shot right there. Awesome practical effects. Winning a whole bunch of awards here. Her performance, man, she really lets it go. And even, I will say this, from watching it the other day, this whole bit where she's like talking to the psychiatrist, there's like moments I think where she's better as a performer than other moments. But again, this is, up and coming performer, award winning performance, right? And yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. It looks like she had a blast. Like, these outfits are wild. The look, kind of that sepia tone that it's got going on. And again, very grindhouse, the frames per second are kind of giving it a little bit of that analog sort of look, especially the outdoor scenes, the kill scenes. But yeah, this kind of gives you an idea of what to expect from Frankie Maniac Killer. Meets The Substance. I'm curious to see how it becomes that. I'm guessing maybe, it looks to be that the women she's attacking are like these atypical like hotties or whatever, and she's a full-figured lady. I don't know if that has something to do with it, if that's what they're trying to say about the substance, if it's like a commentary on, you know, conventional beauty and all that kind of stuff. It would be wild if it turns into like a body horror kind of thing. But to me, this looks, I mean, more, I would Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets like a Rob Zombie movie, right? Like this looks totally batshit, and I love the way it looks. Even just that still right there, like I have to watch this movie and know, like really get the full scope. Especially after watching Queens of the Dead last night, which was amazing. Tina Romero's zombie film, George Romero's daughter. That was like, it's a 4-star movie for me. Her very first movie. I can't believe it's that good. And I'm getting similar kind of wild, funny, zany vibes from Frankie Maniac Killer, or Maniac Woman. I called it Maniac Killer a couple times there. Whoopsies. Hey, I'm getting used to the new movie here. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for this story. Let me know what you think in the live chat, in the comments down below. What do you got for Frankie Maniac Woman? I think it looks pretty good, pretty wild. I'm ready for this one, especially maybe watching Queens of the Dead kind of primed me for this one. But let me know what you guys think down in the chat. Was this a movie that you were aware of, or is this the first time you're hearing about it? Let me know all that stuff. We'll have a chat, and thank you so much for checking out the channel. All right, guys, let's jump on into the chat with you guys, and we can get rid of that. Boo, boo, boo. Yep, it's all true. Queens of the Dead, really, really fun. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up. Let's see here. Oh, I see people talking about the teeth. Yeah. Mask is creepy, but the movie itself looks meh. It's so tough to tell with a trailer, I think, especially with like an independent movie like this. I think I know what you're talking about, Cosmic Urgency. There are some shots here where I'm like, oh yeah, I can tell it looks like a low budge, or like, oh, that looks a little like maybe the lighting's not quite right, because some scenes I think in the trailer look better than other scenes. So I do notice a little bit of that stuff. I try to be really sweet about the, like, I'll tear like a Marvel movie that has bad lighting, I'll tear it to shreds, because you're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on it, and it's like, yeah, you should get the lighting right. Like stuff shouldn't look flat and fucked up and all that stuff. But a movie like this, you know, here's what I hope. I hope it's not longer than 1 hour and 35 minutes. You just say a little prayer about that. Thank you. Because this kind of movie doesn't need to be longer than 1 hour and 35 minutes. I mean, 1:30 might even be more perfect. And then, I mean, really, that's like the only thing that would worry me, is it would drag on too long. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious. To me, it would be worth it to watch. I don't think it looks meh, but maybe it is. Well, it's ripping because of it. I think the fucked up, like crazy look of it all is all part of the thing, you know? Yeah, coming out very, very quickly. Really? That does it for you? What are you guys talking about? Oh, the mask is something. Oh, Ryan likes it, and Carrie's giving Ryan shit. Okay, cool. Just making sure. I've seen the trailer for this movie, and I'm excited. The serial killer woman is crazy and looks so fun. Yes, I want to see it. Looks like a comedy. I love horror comedies. Well, it definitely looks like it's going to be having some fun with it. I think so, right? Dana Silva. That sounds like a Hispanic name, right? Latina. Latinx name. Ryan is kind of a freak. Ben says, I like Traumatica, so I'll keep my eye out for Frankie. There we go. Frankie. I know, I got to check my listings. Check your local listings. Let's see what else we got going on here. And yet people are giving Dolly shit. Look at this. The only shit that I heard about Dolly was nothing about the look. I just heard there wasn't like much meat on the bone, or like it was just sort of uncomfortable, but not wasn't a fulfilling viewing experience. I mean, low budget doesn't bother me. Like, just be a good movie. You know, like I said, so the technical stuff, guys, The Evil Dead is in my top 5 of all time. Like, but it's a personal top 5. I'm not saying I think The Evil Dead is one of the 5 technically best made movies of all time. It's just favorite, you know? So it's like the punk rock side of me is willing to look past some technical imperfections as long as the story's really good, the movie's engaging, the performances are good. Looks like they've got some really good gore, you know, so good practical effects here as well. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's going to change the game or anything like that, but I think it looks like a fun little twist on something that's, you know, relatively familiar. People are always, you know, I know we're looking for new things. Sometimes it's fun to just, you know, have something familiar about something that's new, right? It doesn't have to be, you know, I mean, they're saying Leatherface. Did she have a chainsaw in any of those? I'm not sure, but she's definitely, I mean, she's wearing the Leatherface. So I guess that's the comparison. And the grittiness, right? Is this more New Kids on the Block in here, Jiggy? I just like, I start hearing the step-by-step theme song from TGIF when I see step by step. Step by step. Oh, gotta get you, girl. Step by step. Oh, baby, really want you in my world. This is me making shit up. Yeah, right? It looks fucked up, but I'm like, I'm into it. I love seeing people throw themselves into a performance. I can see why she won the award, because she's really like, it's just wild. She's really going for it. Yeah, exactly, Jamie. I dig it. Looks perfect for me, says Papa John. Never heard of it. Can't wait to watch. There you go. Love it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Tia. I feel bad. I saw your stuff in Discord and I'm like, I am bummed because I know you would have had a fun time with it. I hope you end up watching it at some point. I mean, I'll watch it again with you in the Discord. Like, I liked it that much. So I would watch it again. Maybe we can get a little something going and get a whole bunch of people and do something in a prime time and not like in the middle of the night like I usually do. Hollywood Lido, keep jumping back and forth between me and Sven Gulli. Dude, you are way too nice, Lido. Don't do that. Watch your guy. I'll be here on the replay. It's very, very sweet that you would even consider doing any sort of jumping back and forth while watching your guys. Sven Gulli. Yeah, it does look pretty all right. Looks pretty all right. And, you know, these are independent films, bro. You know, it's inspiring stuff. Let's see what else we got. Just want to catch up on here. David D. Deathray. Well, I know. I thought, guys, I don't know. Do I say things? And in my head, I'm like, that's so obviously sarcastic, but then you guys think I'm serious. Sometimes I've said things in real life and I do this blah, 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 like a very like heavy-handed, like, yeah, I'm actually making fun of the thing I'm saying, and people still look like they like modem sounds. You know. But yeah, I thought I was trying to be as condescending as possible when I said Latinx. I would never do that. Like I took Spanish in high school and all that stuff. I love the language and all that. Yeah, I would never do that. It's weird to me. There was also a 90s horror movie called Ice Cream Man with Clint. Oh yeah, Slasher Fred. You know it. You know we talked about that. That's the first one on the list, right? Ice Cream Man's pretty all right. It's not very good. No, it's not good. But Olivia Hussey is there, so get to look at Olivia Hussey. Although I guess Clint Howard's face kind of cancels that one out. Chat, please know that the majority of the time I'm also joking. Yeah, we're just having fun. We are just having fun. River of Dreams. Yes, in the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep. There's some uncomfortable moments in Dolly, yes, but it looks, well, I like that. I want some uncomfortable moments because that's all life is. You know what I mean? Clint Howard and David Naughton need to return to Eli Roth's Ice Cream Man. I think it'd be too confusing. I think Clint's going to be, there's an actual remake of the Clint Howard Ice Cream Man. I think he's in that one, guys. The Eli Roth Ice Cream Man, I know. It's so confusing. The Eli Roth Ice Cream Man is not a remake of the B movie Ice Cream Man starring Clint Howard, but there is a remake in the works to the B movie Clint Howard Ice Cream Man. This is the timeline you live in. These things are happening, or at least they're happening behind we know that Eli Roth's movie's coming out, and we know that that is not a remake. The other movie, maybe it doesn't come to fruition, but I wouldn't be surprised. No, they are about to. It's all, let me double check because I'm pretty sure, let's see here. Clint Howard Ice Cream Man remake. A 1990 film by Norman Apstein. Apstein with an A, guys. So, just chill. Let's see here. The screenplay. Okay. However, okay. Howard is working on a separate, distinct sequel. Okay, so it's a sequel to Ice Cream Man. Okay. My mistake. So the Eli Roth movie is not a remake. It's just called Ice Cream Man. And then Clint Howard is involved in a sequel to the Ice Cream Man movie he was in. Oh yeah, that David Naughton, that's where I knew him from. I think I looked it up at the time. Yeah, he's just in a little spot there, just a little small role. Yeah. Yeah, you are right, Ben. It's another ice cream killer in Eli Roth's movie, not a remake. Clint Howard is working on a sequel. Yeah. I know. It's all very confusing. Making it? That sounds kind of hot. Is that what you're talking about? I remember making it too, Jamie. It's been a while. Thanks for rubbing it in my face. Clint Howard is the Ice Cream Man. You're right. You are absolutely right. I wanted the Ice Cream Man to be so much more entertaining, man. I'm not going to lie. It was like Jack Frost, the cheesy horror movie Jack Frost is so entertaining. I thought Ice Cream Man was going to have that charm. Not every B movie, horror movie, even if it has Clint Howard, is going to have charm, unfortunately. It's not like it's totally devoid of it. But it's like, hey, we got these kids to be in this movie. They've never acted before. They'll never act again. We got 5 days with them. Let's make a movie. And that's what we got. Oh, the TV show Making It with the Dr. Pepper dude. You've been making it with the Dr. Pepper dude? I'm confused. No, I figured since you capitalized it, I was like, I think Jamie's talking about a song or a movie or something like that. I just had to give you a little shit. That's all. Ben says, have you seen the Maniac Cop movies? First one has Bruce Campbell and Tom Atkins. Yes, I've seen the first movie. Those are Robert Zadar. Is he in some of those? Yeah, I've seen the first one, Ben. That's it, though. None of the sequels. Are they good? Are the sequels good? Well, they wouldn't be able to. Yeah, the new Ice Cream Man again, Billy. By the way, welcome on in, Billy. The Eli Roth Ice Cream Man is not a remake. So they don't have to recast Olivia Hussey's character, but they would have to, if they have that character in a sequel, they would have to, because unfortunately Olivia Hussey has passed away. Making It was a song by David Naughton. Paul, thanks for jumping on in, man. One of our great channel members. So this guy was a singer too? I only knew him from American Werewolf in London, and then I knew he was in some other bit things. I know his career didn't really, as far as acting, it didn't really go too far after that. But he did a song called Making It? What's the song by Bread that's has a similar title? By the way, the band Bread is fucking awesome. Detroit Rock City introduced me to Making It, says Cosmic Urgency. I didn't even know there was a show with a Dr. Pepper guy. I don't even know who the Dr. Pepper guy is. A guy dressed up in is he a mascot? I don't know. He is the Dr. Pepper dude. Okay. Yeah, I'm dumb and behind. Second Maniac Cop is good too. I've heard that the third one isn't as good as the first two. Is it Zadar? Is that, am I thinking of the right movies, or am I Mandela affecting it? His waffle kill was the best in the ice cream. Oh yeah. Yeah, the waffle cone. Head in the waffle cone. Great effect. Love that. Let's see what else. I do like bread. Yeah. Yeah, Clint's going to be in the sequel. Clint is going to be in that sequel. What is the song? Bread Band Hits. I always thought Bread would be like a terrible band. I'm like, oh, a 70s soft rock band called Bread. Dude, like, you know, just being a dick about it for no reason. Never even haven't heard of the song. Make It With You. That's the one I was thinking about. You put Make It With You. Everything I Own is really good. If, oh my God. The song If by Bread, so fucking good. The Guitar Man, okay, yeah, they did a whole, like, I quite dig him. I quite dig Bread, you know? I can admit when I'm wrong, guys. I can admit it. I was wrong about Bread. Yeah, Everything I Own. I was so high on that band, you know, right before my wedding and all that stuff. If you don't know me by now, I'm divorced. It's terrible. At least it was terrible. Everything, all that, you know, whatever. But leading up to, I just remember that time because that's when I was really getting into Bread. And of course, I wanted to have some of their songs on the playlist. But guess who decided 99% of the songs on the playlist? Guess who? It wasn't me. All right, let's see what else you guys got. I think that might be it. I promised you guys another hour. I got to stay for at least another 25 minutes. But, you know, what are we talking about, guys? What do you got for me? You guys want to play some Start Bench Cut? I want to play some Start Bench Cut. Give me 3 things to rank. They can be related. They can be unrelated. Start Bench Cut is like the sports version of Fuck, Marry, Kill. You know, so let's have some fun. Or you can just say, hey, Davey, this or that. What would you rather watch? Or what do you like more? Like Ben Grimm came in swinging with the Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity. I think that was last night. Yeah. I have to be in the mood for stuff like Bread, and it's a rare occasion when I'm in the mood for it. Yeah, there was like a time where I would hear all day at work, I would hear like the same, no matter what radio station we put on, it seemed like they cycled through the same music. And so like on my drives to and from work, usually to work at that time, I was listening to Cody Leach on the way in. And then on the way back, I would want to be like energized. So I would like put on some music. Obviously when you want to be energized, you don't listen to Bread, but maybe as I'm like, I had a 45-minute drive, as I'm like rolling up to the house, you know, put on some Bread, get a little chill there. Jamie, thank you so very much for hanging out tonight. Thank you for being a channel member and a Death Squad mod. Really do appreciate you. Hope you have sweet dreams and a lovely, lovely Sunday. We'll see you next time around, miss. Take care. All right, Cosmic Urgency, Start Bench Cut, I'm guessing here. Carrie, it's cool. You don't have to be good at thinking on the spot. You can think about it for a few minutes, right? Excuse me, guys. Just had a little burpage. Okay, so Cosmic Urgency wants me to start Bench Cut Creep Show, Tales from the Dark Side, Trick or Treat. Man. I haven't seen enough of Tales from the Dark Side to really like judge it fairly, okay? So don't get mad. But I love George Romero, right? So Creep Show, I'm going to start. I'm going to bench Trick or Treat, and I'm going to cut Tales from the Dark Side. But again, I've never seen Tales from the Dark Side. Maybe caught a couple episodes, but I don't know it as well as Tales from the Crypt. So there you go. Creep Show, Trick or Treat, Tales from the Dark Side. Thank you so much, Cosmic Urgency. Appreciate you. Aaron Click wants me to start bench cut heavy metal, punk rock, and alternative. I'll start punk rock. I will sit metal, and I will... will I sit metal? Fuck. It's like in metal, there's some bands I really love. I might love more alternative bands. Ooh, I mean, I have to throw away Stone Temple Pilots if I cut alternative. Fuck. It's a good one, Aaron. This is a good one. Because I usually tell people I listen to a lot of punk rock and metal. Or that's like my, background. But now I'm like, oh, maybe alternative. Maybe that like grungy kind of shit is I just grew up on it, the age I am. Okay. Start punk rock, bench, alternative, cut, heavy metal. Sorry, metalheads. Sorry. All right, OG let the right one in. OG Fright Night, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Thank you so much, Paul. This is a good one. Okay. Oh, fuck. I'm going to get so much hate for this. I'm going to start. Fuck. I'm going to start Bram Stoker's Dracula. It is such a beautiful looking film. I love the mixture of like new style meets old style that Francis Ford Coppola does in that movie. Yeah, Keanu's not that great. Winona's not really good in that either. I mean, I think she's good as an actress a lot of the time. She's not good in that movie. I think I'm being very fair in saying that. But man, the stylization, the makeup, Gary Oldman's performance. Anthony Hopkins is there. Start Bram Stoker's Dracula. Bench Let the Right One In. And cut Fright Night. I know. I am the worst. Thank you so much again, Paul. Thank you for being a channel member, man. Really do appreciate it. Jiggy, another one of our great channel members, what's happening, bud, says dog spot, ink spot, grease spot, dirt spot, any kind of spot. Okay. Ink spot, dog. I like it's dog spot. Could be piss, could be something a bit more troublesome. I don't think I can start bench cut those, but honestly, I don't know if that's what you were trying to get me to do, Jiggy, but I read it anyway, and thank you so much for being a channel member. I would start a dirt spot because you could probably just vacuum it up. I would bench a dog spot because it wouldn't be pleasant, but you can at least clean it up. And I'm gonna cut, well, grease and ink I'm gonna put together. That's fucking terrible trying to deal with that shit. You gotta get rid of those. All right, Carrie's got one. Mrs. I can't think quickly on my feet, or whatever the heck she said. Shark movies, alien movies, paranormal movies. If I cut shark movies, I lose my favorite movie of all time, and you are not gonna get me to do that. That's my Not Another Teen Movie reference there. Paranormal movies is so vague. What do you mean? You mean like ghost stories? Okay. Start paranormal movies, bench shark movies, cut alien movies. How about that? Let's fucking get crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything from earlier here. Yes, Tia, where's your start bench cut? I need to know. Or did you? Okay, I was just making sure I didn't miss one. Do I like paranormal videos? I mean, I like a good haunted house movie, Paula. That's what I like. So, I've never seen a ghost. I haven't seen like proof of a ghost, Like I think aliens are more likely to exist than ghosts, if that makes sense. Or if ghosts exist, there are certain people that can see that spectrum of light. I guess I'm not one of them. I like the paranormal, like, I don't know. I like that playground. It's very interesting what you can do with it. So yeah, I mean, some of my favorite horror movies, The Changeling is one of my favorite horror movies from 1980. George C. Scott. It's a paranormal movie. So yeah, I do like paranormal movies. I do. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I mean, really, you guys reached the super chat goal, so we're giving you the extra time, and you guys are awesome for playing along. I know I razz you and I give you a tough time. Good-natured ribbing and talking my fun shit is just kind of part of who I am. So it rubs some people the wrong way, and I'm glad that you guys are still kicking it. So yeah, whatever you got for me, it's a free-for-all here. Tales from the Dark Side, the movie I meant. I don't think I have seen the movie. No, because Debbie Harry is a witch. I don't recognize, like, that doesn't sound familiar. I actually just saw Videodrome for the first time like a week and a half ago or something, and Debbie Harry was in that. She was really good. almost unrecognizable with dark hair. Right? She's got like brunette hair. She looks like a Twin Peaks girl. She looks like one of those girls from Twin Peaks. Yeah, I know. I got to keep Sharknado though, but he's benched. But since it's on the bench, we'll just pull out Jaws. Jaws can fill in at the end of the game. So he's the Maniac Cop in all three. All right. That's cool. Okay. I haven't seen the first one in so long. Maybe I need to revisit it. I don't think I've seen either of the sequels. Okay. What else do we got? I want to make sure I didn't miss one. Yeah, that was a good one, Carrie. Thank you so much. All right, Cosmic Urgency. Scream, Return of the Living Dead, Jason Lives. Jason Lives starts. Scream sits. Right? Start, bench, cut. Scream, yeah. So Jason Lives starts. Scream on the bench. Cut, Return of the Living Dead. Ugh, that sucks. Fuck. Return of the Living Dead's really fun. That's the toughest one so far, Cosmic Urgency. That's a tough one. I wouldn't want to lose Scream. Man. Return of the Living Dead's so much fun. Sucks. Well, that's the nature of the game. Davey, Hot Lips, Sizzle Pie, or Stark Street Pizza? Golly, did I ever have Stark Street Pizza? Probably once or twice. I think I'll go Sizzle Pie, Hot Lips, Stark Street Pizza. How does that sound? I worked at Sizzle Pie for a minute before we left Portland, before I started working at the dispensary. And I didn't really like the folks I worked with too much. It wasn't as cool as working at Hot Lips. But I do really like their pizza. I think there's something about it that was just a little bit better than Hot Lips. No semolina. I think that helped. Yeah. Start, bench, cut, Leprechaun, Megan, or Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Or you just want me to start, bench, cut the characters. Okay. Megan's getting cut. See ya. Your first movie was cool. Second movie was so boring. I'm like, why did this turn into like a Mission Impossible, like some silly 90s action movie thing? So I'm going to start. I'm going to start Leslie Vernon. I'm going to bench the Leprechaun, and I'm going to cut Megan. Because with the Leprechaun, I really like the first and the third movie, and that's about it. Start, bench, cut. Ooh. At least you didn't put Judy Aronson in here. Tia, thank you. Start, bench, cut, Linnea Quigley, Barbara Crampton, B Cramps, as I like to call her, or Adrienne Barbeau. Wow. I'm going to start Barbara Crampton. I am going to bench Adrienne Barbeau, and I will cut Linnea Quigley. I know. I know. It's tough. It's tough. What can I say? What can I say? But there you go. Start Barbara Crampton, bench Adrienne Barbeau, cut Linnea Quigley. Yeah. Well, it's funny. The Hot Lips thing, it comes from some like band. I don't even know. Oh no, Hot Lips is from MASH. That's where they got the name Hot Lips. But then in Jason Lives, Megan drives up to Tommy and she's like, all right, Hot Lips, hop in, or, jump on in or whatever. But yeah. Sizzle Pie. Come on over here, Sizzle Pie. Halloween horror, Christmas horror, summer camp slasher. Oh, yes. Wow. This is tough. Ben, you know how I feel about Christmas horror. Ben, especially lately, how I feel about Christmas horror. Don't act like you don't. I know this is exactly why you gave me these three things. So start, bench, cut. Guys, I love Christmas horror. I've always been a fan, but earlier on in my life, I was like, oh, there's just like only these few. Like, I love Black Christmas. It's so much fun. Like Silent Night, Deadly Night, whatever. And then there are so many more that I never knew as a kid. And I watched so many new to me Christmas horror movies in 2025. Oh my God. Like, I will take all the Christmas horror you can get. Obviously, Halloween horror, it's just, you want those vibes of Halloween. You can watch it any time of year and it'll bring you back there. And then in September and October, it feels like you have carte blanche to just watch any of these movies any day of the week, which is really, really cool. Summer camp slasher, I mean, it's pretty fun. Girls in booty shorts, tube socks, skinny dipping, Jason Voorhees, you know, a little sleepaway camp action. The Burning, for those of you who are peeping toms, or sexual deviants. Just kidding. I don't really think that of you if you like The Burning, but I think that about The Burning. How about that? This one's really tough, dude. Ben, how can I not put Halloween horror first? How can I not start Halloween horror? I don't know. I think I have to. Halloween horror, it's right in the order you gave them to me, Ben. Start Halloween horror, bench Christmas horror, cut summer camp slashers. Fuck. That sucks. I'm just going to cry about all of these. Oh my God. Just put a compilation like, Davey asks for it. Start, bench, cut. And he cries like a bitch. Oh my God. I had to cut Somerset. Okay. It was a good one, Carrie. Action, comedy, drama. Comedy, action, start comedy, bench action, cut drama. Get your drama out of here. Have you guys noticed the people that are like, I hate drama, are always the ones like, it's like swirling, you know, Tasmanian devil of drama, but they're like, I hate it. Here it is everywhere I go. I don't think I've ever said that. Drama's around us all the time. You can't really hate it. You just got to deal with it. You got to swim through it. You got to sift through it, and you got to get through it. All the through it's you can do with the drama. You just got to, that's just how it has to go. Oh, it has already been broughten. I need some tea to the fourth power. Why? What? Some time to talk to you? I knew what you meant. Yeah, not another teen movie. Fucking incredible. One of the funniest movies of all time. All right, Papa John loves trash. Says, start bench cut, Art the Clown, Pennywise, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. All right. I will start Art the Clown because I know he's going to get the job done, right? I'm going to bench Killer Clowns from Outer Space because I fucking love those guys. They are so funny and cute. And I'm going to cut Pennywise because I've never really been sold on Pennywise as being, like, I think the Tim Curry version is scary. The Bill Skarsgård version never scared me. I did like him in the Welcome to Derry show, though. So I finally got some love and just appreciation for the character, outside of like, oh, he doesn't scare me, so I don't like him. But now I'm actually like, you know, I dig the lore. I dig how they're setting it up. But sorry, Pennywise. It's going to be Art the Clown start, Killer Clowns from Outer Space on the bench, Pennywise cut from the team. Cute without the E. It's fun. Man, Matt Facci and I, a couple years ago, we tried this as a live show, like a couple times a month, or I think it was just once a month. And we would pick like a theme and people could like drop them in the, like, in the comments. We could bring them to the show, or they could put them in the live chat. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Fuck, marry, kill, you know? You could do it for anything. Start, bench, cut these Canadian phrase stereotypes and or pronunciations. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, you put sorry. I guess it is kind of like sorry. Sorry. And a boot. Yeah. I've never like, A is one of those things where it's funny. I type A. I don't really say A, but I type it. I'm going to start Sorry. I just love that one. They're always apologizing for something. Gotta love the Canadians. Sorry, a boot, a bench, a boot, because I love a boot. I'm gonna cut A, because I think like that's just sort of like, oh, they're not the only ones that say A. I think that's the most. Well, wait, now okay, because it's the most like stereotypical, I'm gonna cut it. So I don't know if I'm going reverse of what you wanted, Aaron. Yeah, I go from what I like to what I dislike. That's what I did. I've experienced the paranormal and I stay the fruit out of aliens. way. So, oh wow, I've never seen Aliens or Paranormal. Yeah, seen the Northern Lights a whole bunch. You know, I grew up with them, so. Cosmic, is that with Christian Slater, Tales from the Dark Side? I don't know if he in that. I think it's an anthology movie. I think. Svenado. Svenray Death Ghoulie. Svenray Death Ghoulie. Christian Slater's in there? All right. Want to stay away from aliens? Don't go to 7-Eleven. Okay. Aaron, start bench cut. A double-decker bus crashing into us. And if a double-decker bus crashing into us to die by your side. Or a 10-ton truck. If a 10-ton truck. Or going on a vegan lunch date with Morrissey. Fuck. Well, I'm going to start going on a vegan lunch date with Morrissey. I can eat one meal vegan just to hang out with Morrissey. He's my kind of grump, Aaron. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't surprise anybody. He's always just kind of like said whatever the fuck he wants. And even though, you know, the Smiths and him and he personally have, you know, taken shit for soft music and being like dainty and, you know, effeminate or whatever, like, I don't know. I've always thought like Morrissey's like way of thinking is pretty punk rock. And I love that about him. So I'm going to start a vegan lunch date with Morrissey. I'll just, you know, we'll find something to eat. Mashed potatoes, no butter. I don't know. Something like that. I just love this one so much. I'm such a Smiths fan, so thank you so much. That's for this is There Is a Light That'll Never Go Out, right? Yeah, it's a good one. Take me out tonight. Oh, take me anywhere, I don't care. It's one of my favorites to do on karaoke. Okay, let's go ahead and start the vegan lunch date with Morrissey. He can give me all sorts of shit and just make me feel terrible. I'll allow it. I'm going to bench a 10-ton truck killing both of us. That's a lot of weight. But I'm going to cut. I just feel I'm going to bench it because that seems like easy way to die. Double-decker bus crashing into us. Maybe it doesn't get the job done, so I'm going to cut that one. All right. Deep dish or good old pepperoni? I love them all, Prince. I can't really pick. I do love a deep dish like stuffed, like when you put all the toppings in the middle, toppings and cheese in the middle, with a pie crust, and then you pour the sauce, you pour the sauce on top. Like, I love that. I love it all. I can't even pick with pizza. It's way too difficult. But if I had to pick one, I would just go regular, New York style. I would do sausage, diced pepperoncinis, and halfway through, I'll put some green apple on that motherfucker. It'll be really, really good. And if I can get some red pepper flakes on there, that'd be sweet, super sweet. Thank you so much. Scream can go, says Shane. It's tough, man. I really do love Return of the Living Dead. It's a punk rock film. I love zombie movies. It was not an easy decision. I just, Scream sort of like reinvigorated an entire subgenre of horror. And I think that's why I gave it the edge. All right, Nanette's got one. Vampires, werewolves, zombies. Man, I think vampires can be really, really cool, like when they work for me, but I'm such a zombie-driven guy. However, my zombie love is so focused. It's like George Romero zombies. I mean, I like the Dawn of the Dead remake. I don't hate all running zombies. Like Train to Busan is really good too. I don't hate, like, I'm not going to be like, fuck that, zombies that run, like, I don't have many like lines drawn in the sand when it comes to stuff like that. I'm going to start vampires. I'm going to bench zombies, and I'm going to cut werewolves. That's what I'm going to do there. Thank you so much, Nanette. I had to say it really quick, like a Band-Aid, right off, had to do it that way. Yeah, it is a good one. Urban Legend Cherry Falls. I know what you did last summer. I still need to see Cherry Falls. It's on my list, Cosmic. It is on my list. Guys, in case you don't know, my goal is to watch 365 movies this year that I have never seen before. So far, I'm at 110. How about it? So I'm actually ahead of schedule. It's very nice. And the lovely people in the Discord, which is free, and you can join us with a link that's in the description. We've been watching all sorts of movies lately where I put a vote out to everybody and they get to pick the movie, but I always pick 4 movies that I've never seen before. So Cherry Falls is going to be we're going to have to add that into the repertoire, as it were. Let's see here. There we are. Brittany Murphy. Ooh, Jay Moore is in this? Like that Jay Moore? Michael Biehn? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. No, this will be good. This will be great. I was just looking it up on Letterboxd to get a better idea. So I'll say, Urban Legend is probably going to start unless Cherry Falls is fucking killer. I know you did last summer. I could deal without. So even though I haven't even seen Cherry Falls, I'm going to do this and bench it, right? Urban Legend's going to start. Cherry Falls, right in the same order you gave. Cherry Falls on the bench. I know what you did last summer. Cut from the team. Urban Legend, Serial Mom, Tammy and the T-Rex. I've not seen Serial Mom or Tammy and the T-Rex. I'm so sorry, Billy. I'm sorry. Urban Legend, though, I started it last time. Maybe so, Billy, if you want to try again, and throw in a couple other slashers from that time, like a couple of those other like teeny bopper 90s slashers. Stealing the nickname Sizzle Pie. Oh yeah, no, now I get it. I just said it just to say it. But fuck, that's pretty good. No, I'm not saying when I said it was good. Your response is what makes it good. Start bench cut, Bride of Frankenstein, Carrie, Grace and Faith Macaulay. Oh, gotcha. I didn't know that was the characters' names, or Grace and Faith. I didn't know the last name because I can't even remember who's who. Is Faith the original one? I don't even know. Or is it Grace? I can't remember. Grace! She died over 30 years ago. They want you to say grace. The blessing. God, so good. Anyways, every time I hear Grace, I think of that. OG, Bride of Frankenstein. I mean, she's hardly in the movie. I'm going to start Carrie. You don't want to be on her bad side. Like, she's going to take care of some biz. So I'm going to start Carrie. I am going to bench Grace and Faith. And I will cut the Bride. And the only reason why I'm cutting the Bride, I love the look of the Bride. She's only in that original movie for this little teeny tiny bit. She's very iconic in imagery, but not much substance there. So, and I haven't seen The Bride, so I know you've got your icon as The Bride, but I can't speak to that, so I'll just go with what I know. I really like summer camp slashers. It hurt me. It hurt me in all the places to say that. You know, you don't know, Carrie. You don't know what it's like to be me, right? Or you don't know how it feels, rather, as Tom Petty would say. Yeah, I feel like something's developing between Carrie and Ryan, and I'm worried for both of them for different reasons. I'm just fucking with you guys. Come on. Prince says start bench cut Insidious 6, Lee Cronin's Mummy, Mother freaking Mary. Okay, so this is all speculation, right? I haven't seen any of these movies. Insidious, I'm not even caught up on those Insidious movies, so we'll see where that one goes. I like the first two. I didn't need any Insidious movies after the first two. Lee Cronin's Mummy. I'm going to start that. It's looking funnier and funnier to me, which means better and better for me. So I'm like I've done this like 180 on this movie where I'm like, what is this movie? And now I'm like, oh, the more I see, it seems like they're taking the piss. And if they're taking the piss, I think this could be really good, actually. Is it going to have an Evil Dead 2 kind of feel? If Lee Cronin's The Mummy feels like Evil Dead, and I'm not just saying that because he directed Evil Dead Rise, it literally is giving me those vibes from the effects and the tone that we're seeing in the trailer. Like, I think we could be in for a real fun treat. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe he'll be more hardcore with The Mummy than he was with Evil Dead Rise, because I don't think Evil Dead Rise was really that hardcore. Anyways, I'm going to start Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I'm going to bench Mother Freaking Mary because it looks compelling to me. And I'm going to cut Insidious 6. Fuck it. Fuck it. Save the drama for your mama. Like, don't be going around telling me you don't like drama. Just be no drama, right? When people pop up and they're like, I don't like drama, it's like, oh, really, fool? Davey in the corner sucking his thumb, singing, hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Now, I'll be burn my clothes in a bucket, jump into the shower, and crouch down in the fetal position like Ace Ventura while listening to The Crying Game. How about that? Start bench cut Ghoulies, Fear Street, and The Strangers. I've not seen Fear Street, but I bet it's better than Ghoulies because Ghoulies is not good. I'm going to start The Strangers. I'll bench Fear Street and I'll cut the Ghoulies. Why is it called Ghoulies when it's about a cult and not toilet monsters? Why? Okay. We are friends. What did I say? What did I say? I don't even know. Oh, was talking bad about Pennywise? Is that what it was? Was I even talking bad? You know, what can I do? You can't please everyone. Come on, Joe. I came around to a compliment at some point. I got to be honest with you guys, right? Or do you just want me? You just want me to be like everybody else out there that just says everything is good and they just swallow all the shit and be like, no, it's not what you come here for. Genuine article. We be ruffling some feathers, y'all. That's what I'm going to say. Tia Nina dropping a $5 super chat. Thank you so very much. Tia says, drama does not just walk into your life. You either create it, invite it in, or associate with it. Yes. Where is that from? Is that a movie? Is it a book? Is it a self-help book? I need to know. Or is this just a Tia Nina original? Original. In Espanol. Thank you so much for the $5, Tia, and thank you. This is a nice little, bit of wisdom. Drama does not just walk into your life. You either create it, invite it, or associate with it. And it's true. It's like, I was saying earlier, it's kind of always around, right? It's just about like how we navigate it. And what I like here too, Tia, I'm a believer in the concept of shared responsibility. Not many people are. I feel like that's the biggest minority that I'm a part of. That specific, I believe in the concept of shared responsibility, which is like, yeah, if something that I consider bad happens in my life, I'm not just like on the bleachers watching my life unfurl in front of me, So like, you got to take some level of responsibility for like everything that happens in your life. It's a scale, right? It slides around. So, but yeah, that's, just to add on to what you're saying here. It's all very true. Like you either create it, invite it in, or associate with it. Thank you for the $5 again, Tia. Really appreciate you. And thank you so much for being a channel member. We will watch Queens of the Dead. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, Captain. Okay, guys, I'm going to go for a few more minutes here. Love hanging out with y'all. You guys are amazing. I don't know, like 30 people hanging out. Hopefully everyone's hit the like button, all that good stuff. Hopefully you guys are all subscribed. Notifications hit. Come on, notifications hit. Make it happen, Captain. I'm just going to keep on saying that. It's going to be the new catchphrase for Davey Deathray. But yeah, I just want to make sure my, got to stay, keep my throat lubricated with the water there. Aaron Click says, start bench cut, smoking weed, taking edibles, hitting the weed pen. I'm going to start hitting the weed pen. For me, it just feels cleaner and it's a little more even. Like you can hit it and then it will chill out. Like it'll dissipate quicker than smoking flower. But it keeps me, I might not reach the height, but it keeps me nice and even for me. So hitting the weed pen, I'm going to start. I'm going to bench smoking weed because I love a good joint. And I'm going to cut taking edibles. I don't dislike edibles, but man, I could be an everyday user and they still put me on my ass, which I guess is like a kind of a cool thing. Like whenever I want an edible, I eat like half of the thing and it like fucks me up. Like if I have to wake up, like, so what I need to do when I take an edible is say, all right, you're going to eat half of this 10 milligram thing. That's what the edibles are here in Arizona. Usually they come in like little 10 milligram. Like, okay, what time do I have to wake up? 8 o'clock. What time is it now? Oh shit. Okay. No, I need at least 12 hours. So that's just 5 milligrams. Brutal. So start the weed pen, bench smoking weed, even though it's very romantic, and cut taking edibles. Pizza, chili dogs, nachos. In that order, Ben. Yeah, in that order. I'm going to start pizza, bench chili dogs. I'm going to cut nachos. You and I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, but I think the last one you did, it was the same thing. And I thought about it. I'm like, I mean, nachos are fun. When I'm hungry, though, I don't want to eat like chips. They feel like they stab my insides when I'm really hungry. Chili dog, I'm really hungry. It's all like sopping with the good chilliness. I love a hot dog. And pizza, I'm always going to be like, ah. Like I pray at the altar of pizza. So, yeah, just so you know that. With your eyes wide open under the moonlight. Again, just making up melodies. But there you go, Jiggy. I can't not try to sing every few that I see, Jiggy. I'm like, I'm going to try to sing this one. You're so supportive of the channel. How could I not give it a try, right? I'm type A. Oh, that's funny, Tia. That is funny. Start, bench, cut, thin Lizzy, the Beths, and Motorhead. You're a jerk, Prince. That's some filthy shit, dude. Oh. Prince. Fuck. There's no right answer. This is the Kobayashi Maru of my life. I'm looking at like, it's like, it's making my brain, I feel like I have a brain freeze from like eating too much ice cream or something. I have to start the Beths. I love them so much, guys. If you've not listened to the Beths, they cover so much ground. I really love what they do. At my age, like, you know, I was like 42, I think the first time I heard them. I didn't think I was going to hear a band that was going to like affect me in that way again, you know, at that age. So I'm very, very thankful. I'm going to start the Beths. I'm going to bench Thin Lizzy, one of the best rock and roll bands of all time. And I'm going to cut Motorhead, but I fucking love Motorhead. This one sucks. Prince. I can't stay mad at you. Z is Z in Canadian. I have to get used to that one. Yeah, same in England. They do that. Yeah. Far north U.S. states say A lot too. Yeah, no, it's definitely something that, and I think in the written word, a lot of people do use it, you know. Did you just out yourself as a Canadian? Okay, start, bench, cut, Smith, Strokes, Radiohead. Oh, this one's way easier. I'm going to start the Smiths. I'll bench the Strokes. I do really enjoy them. I'm going to cutting Radiohead's the easiest thing ever. I actively don't like Radiohead. How about that? There you go. Refuse to swim through it. Yeah. That's why I like to watch movies like horror and comedy that are like just pure escape, you know? That's true. It's not very healthy. Sometimes, though, when you eat the style that's like the pie style, that real deep dish, not just like a Sicilian crust, but I mean when they stuff the middle with the toppings, and the slice is a fucking thick bitch. You only need like one, you know. All you need is one. It's like cock push-ups, you know. Davey, I still dream about the glazed and confused from Hot Lips. Is that the one that had like did that have like a spicy sauce on it? Glazed and confused. I can't remember what it is, Ryan. Oh shit, you have to tell me. I can't remember that. I remember the name. Was it one that we only had for like a limited time? Yeah, green apple on pizza. Halfway through the bake, if you have it sliced and you put it on there, yeah, it won't get too dry. You know, it'll only be in there for like 5-6 minutes, so it'll just like get up to temp. And it's really, if you have like sausage, you know, like sausage and apple goes really well, like, you know. So sausage, you have that apple for the sweetness to combat some of the spicy and salty of the sausage. And then you have the pepperoncini, which I like to dice up the pepperoncinis and put them in the sauce, and then the cheese on top. And then the pickled spiciness permeates every bite of the slice. So you've got spicy with the pepperoncinis, a little spicy with the sausage, but you get the salty with the sausage and you get the sweet with the apple. Some good shit, dude. Some good shit. I could be a professor of pizza. In fact, that's it. I'm going to rebrand the whole thing. We're not going to talk about horror movies anymore, guys. We're just going to leave all that behind. Professor of Pizza. It's going to be pizza streams all the time. But don't worry, we're still going to talk about Scream 7 5 times a week. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I was talking some wild shit. We got Mike Boomfix hanging out. What's happening? Mike says, what up, Davey? Just got home from seeing Faces of Death. Had a good time. I had an okay time at Faces of Death. It did some things that I really enjoyed. Loved some of the camera movement and camera placement and all that. They had some really creative like crane shots and stuff that they did. I thought the music was phenomenal. I like Deathray Montgomery's performance as well. And I wanted them to push it a little bit further, Mike. I got to be honest. It had this, the advertising and the marketing made me think, oh, we're going to get to see some real uncomfortable shit. And I don't think they really got us there. But they were like, it felt like they were so close to falling into that. But yeah, I had a fun enough time for sure. I'm glad you liked it, man. I'm glad you dug it. I'm seeing a lot of people with love for that movie, and that's great. I'm happy when horror is doing well. Contrary to popular belief, I am a more positive guy than not. So there you go. Yeah, I could eat pizza. I could eat every day. Every day. Oh yeah, the Waldorf. Yes, the Waldorf. Yeah, with a olive oil sauce, right? Yeah, pizza porno talk. Exactly. I know. You know what? There's just cosmic urgency here. I'll tell you this. I've seen 2,144 movies in my life. So I do have blind spots, but it's not like I haven't been watching movies. Let's do the math, guys. Let me pull out the calculator and let's see what we got. So I am going to be 44 on May 18th. So let's just say I'm 44 years old, My mom would be like, you're 40, you're 44, you're 50. There's always rounding up the age, the moms, I love her. I'm just joking. All right. So 2,144 movies divided by 44. It means that I've seen 48.7 movies a year, right? So that's almost a movie a week, pretty much taking a month off. So not terrible. I could certainly be better. But yeah, I'll have to watch Serial Mom. Matthew Lillard, Ricky Lake, Tracy Lords. Wow, so Ricky Lake and Tracy Lords are in Serial Mom and Skinner. That's a fun fact right there. Black Candles, Erotic Nights of the Living Dead, The Devils with Oliver Reed. Paul, are you the one that recommended Black Candles the other day? I need to know. I'm trying to find out, and I'm not mad at who it was. I had quite the experience. I mean, it was actually a beautiful thing shared by, just 4 human beings in the Discord server. But I just want to know who somebody mentioned it. It didn't just pop up into my head as like, somebody said it. I think it was on Backtrack Cinema on a stream over there about 1981 horror movies. Someone figure that out. I will pay you nothing. Go run and do my bidding. Terrible. German friend that puts cream corn on pizza. Gotta admit, I kind of dig it. Yeah, corn on pizza definitely works. We put corn on. We didn't do cream corn at Hot Lips, but we did corn on pizza for sure. Yeah, like when you're doing a vegan, you do like a focaccia crust, lay on like every veggie. The vegan pies that we would make were crazy packed. Like you got so many toppings on those line pies, and they're focaccia crust, so they're a little bit different. Sometimes we do the vegan Sicilian. It's kind of fun too. Yeah, our Urban Legend's really good. I'm so far behind on the chat. Holy cow. I'm just going to zip to the top of the chat, guys. Doc Kaiju, I know. I'm going to put it in my watch list. All right, everybody, come on. You guys just beating me down over here. I want to beat them down. I want to beat them down. I want to beat them, but I'm falling for everyone. Directed by John Waters. Well, yeah, I definitely got to see this. Love a John Waters movie. Fuck me up. Let's get crazy, you know? French fries, tater tots, onion rings. Dude, you have to stop picking them in the same order. I feel like I'm not giving, like, I'm like, Ben's going to be like, why does Davey not want to actually rank my things? No, dude, I'm serious. I love French fries. I would pick them over tater tots, and onion rings I've never been a huge fan of. Like, I don't mind onions on things. I'm just like, when we're talking about fried sides, French fries are where I'm going to go. How about this? Steak fries, curly fries, crisp cut fries. Ooh, now that there we go. I feel like I want to give you one more, Ben, because you are like in my head. So if I ranked those three kinds of fries, I would do curly fry. I would start curly fries. I would bench crisp cut like waffle fries, and then I would cut steak fries. But I like all of them. I am a fatty for sure. Praise Jesus. Oh, Lord, Jesus crust. There we go. Unk has entered the chat. That's probably me, right? I mean, I guess I'm more like grandpa, right? Because I thought Unk is almost like, it's like a funny thing to call like a 30-year-old, you know, because they're like not old, but you're like, you want to call somebody that's like mid-20s to like early 30s. You're like, I want to call them old. I'm too old for Unk, I think. I'm boomer. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I'll be 44 in May. Yeah, 44 going on 25. Yeah. Wait, Ryan, remind me, what day is your birthday? Are you a fall birthday? Why do I have the feeling that you're a fall birthday? Or is it a summer birthday? I feel terrible that I can't remember. Then there's Cereal Mom, about the mom who tries to make all of her kids eat plain cornflakes. Even scarier. Yeah, no, I know. It sounds like, I like it though. Like, that's a horror movie. Plain cornflakes, you know, with water, no milk, you know, like in Friday. I guess you would think so, but probably if you bake it off, like if you throw it in the pie, or throw the pie in the oven, throw it in the pie. Oh my gosh. Let's throw it in the sizzle pie. Hey girl, you want to go throw it in the pie or what? There you go. There you go. Tia, you can keep that one too if you want to take that one. Yeah, maybe you drain some of the liquid out. It'll bake off, you know, in the oven. But you do run that. You know, you do run that risk. Davey, regardless of any thoughts on Courtney Love, do you like the band Hole, especially their early material? Yeah, I think it's all right. Yeah, like, what is it? Live Through This and Celebrity Skin. I think that's another record that I listened to. I never really dove too far into Hole. But I dig that kind of sound, you know? I would say, like, for me, Aaron, the kind of grungier female-led bands that I like, there was like Belly back in the day. I like Belly. They're maybe on the poppy side, but like for their time, they were still like alternative. What's the Veruca Salt, like Liz Phair, like that kind of stuff. Really dig the Veruca Salt stuff. I really like Volcano Girls and what was the other one? The Leave Me Lying Here. 'Cause I don't want to go, leave me lying here. Like, that song is fucking amazing. Veruca Salt, go watch their live performances from back in the day. They are rippers. Excuse me. And the two girls like sing. And I just say girls. It's just the first thing that comes out of my mouth. It's not, I don't use girls in a derogatory way. Okay. So the two ladies, they sing and they play guitar. Like, they are just fucking rippers and wild. And they got a couple dudes backing them up with the rhythm section. Yeah, Veruca Salt. I'm more aware of Veruca Salt's songs than Hole's songs is basically the point of this response to your chat there, Aaron. I can get down with some Breeders too. Some Kim Deal. Let's fucking go. Midnight Pulp streaming is epic for the weird and Kiki. We had no idea what we were getting into. And I have not seen if you've admitted to being the person that recommended it. But I still want to know. I don't know if I've seen Pink Flamingos. I've seen a handful of his movies, but I haven't seen like the crazier ones. So I don't think I've seen it. Did he do what he did? Cry Baby. I think that's one of my favorites. Yeah, or like you throw them in a barbecue burger or something like that, so they're just part of everything, and you get some dressing on them. Yeah. Favorite John Waters movie is still Cry Baby. Yeah. I love it so much. And welcome in, Rabbit Guy. I love your little icon, little rabbit guy with, money just falling. I love it. Welcome on in. You're kicking it with the Death Squad, man. We already wrapped up talking about news, and seriously, this is the Davey Deathray thing where it's just hanging out, and there's over 30 of us kicking it here. So I'm having a tough time breaking away from you guys, if I'm not going to lie. Disgusting and hilarious. Sounds like it's right up my alley. Start onion rings, bench tater tots, cut fries. Look at that. Tia's doing an opposites thing. This is great. I love it. Tia and I are in such alignment on so much that it's refreshing to find that when it comes to fried side dishes, we are diametrically opposed. Like, look out. You know what I mean? It's gonna get violent. Ooh, JoJo's are really good. Yeah, JoJo's with some ranch. Yes, JoJo's and ranch. Welcome to the Fatty McButterpants Club. Carrie, I love that you've got that coined phrase. It is very funny. It's so mean, but it's so funny too. I don't know how to feel about it. Like it fits both sides of my ridiculous personality. I have not seen A Dirty Shame. No. August 17th. Okay. So I was like, is it the summer or is it the fall? You're kind of right in between. For some reason, Ryan, when we went, and didn't we go and see like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? And I thought it was around your birthday, but so part of me is like, that movie must have come out in July. But I remember seeing that in the theater with you back when. Do you remember what we did before seeing it in the theater? No, not the thing we did in the bathroom at the theater. The thing we did at my apartment first. We watched that Halloween pitch animatic. Remember that black and white, like a pitch for a brand new, like a reboot of Halloween? I don't know if you remember that. I talk about that to this day. I even covered it on the channel in the early days. And the guy that made it commented on my shit. And he's worked on all these Marvel projects since then. He's like, I still believe that I could make my Halloween movie someday. So who knows? But I don't know if you remember that. Do I have a skincare regimen for that dry desert air? I don't. I only rinse my face with water. So I don't do lotions or anything like that. I don't use any face wash or anything. It's just water. So yeah, my face usually doesn't dry out too much or anything like that. I might put on some lotion after like the pool, because you have all that chlorine, and then you get in the shower and like your hair is all like crunchy and stiff and all that kind of stuff. I got some hot lips on that sizzle pie. Oh my gosh, that's what my parents made me eat, those plain ass cornflakes. Water, no milk. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Ooh, Elastica, yes. L7 is in Serial Mom. L7 is a great female band. I mean, just a great band. And they were doing they were on Epitaph at the very beginning of their career. They were on Epitaph Records, which is such a unique, beautiful feather in the cap of Epitaph. In-N-Out, Whataburger, or McDonald's? Whataburger, In-N-Out. I'm going to start Whataburger. I'm going to bench In-N-Out, and I'm going to cut McDonald's. And I like all three. But man, Whataburger, dude, their double green chili cheeseburger add avocado is life-changing. And sometimes they have these specialty shakes. They had a banana cream pudding shake, tasted just like bubblegum. Right up my alley. I love bubblegum flavor. And the Dr. Pepper shake. Oh my God. The specialty shakes from Whataburger are amazing. Yeah. If you guys don't live near one and you ever take a trip and you get to be near one, absolutely check it out. It's just fast food. I just love it. I think it's so good. Oh my God. Whataburger's so good. Little spendy, but worth it. Want some real horror from Ari Aster? The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. 10 out of 10. I've seen nothing from Ari Aster. I have to do a whole Ari Aster and Jordan Peele. Nothing. Haven't seen anything. Even directors that I love, like I love Osgood Perkins stuff, like Longlegs is great. I thought The Monkey was like, well, I loved the first act of The Monkey. And then the rest just kind of okay. I really liked Keeper quite a bit as well, but I haven't seen like The Blackcoat's Daughter, and I think he did another one that I haven't seen. I can't even remember what it's called. That's how bad of a fan I am. Ooh, the Donnas. I need to revisit them because when they came along, it just seemed like, oh, now we got like the chick imitation band, you know, like they're just trying to do the Ramona clone kind of thing. But I know that the Donnas got more, you know, they developed their more like their own unique kind of style as they went on. I don't think I ever gave them a fair shake. I just saw them a couple, like I saw them at Warped Tour once. It was terrible. They were playing before NoFX at the end of the night. It was bad scheduling because it's like, I think NoFX was closing the show. And the Donnas are out there and people are throwing so much stuff at them it was the end of their set. It's not like it was happening the whole time, but once, you know, it got to that point, I felt really bad for him. I was like, man, that sucks. Like, I get it. This would probably happen to any band that was playing before NoFX that isn't like Pennywise, Bad Religion, like one of like the tippy top. But yeah, I thought it was shitty. I don't think that's cool. Unless they ask you to throw stuff at them. I don't think it's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I need to dive into some more L7. I love their Hanging on the Telephone cover that's on the Jerky Boys soundtrack. It's really, really good. That Jerky Boys soundtrack is fucking fire. If you've not ever... I mean, the movie's not that great. I mean, it is what it is. If you like the Jerky Boys, you can make it through it. But man, what a banger of a soundtrack. I even like the Collective Soul song that's on that soundtrack. Hatchet Face. Is that a Hatchet Wound reference? Let's see here. Ruka Salt, love the homage to Willy Wonka. Yeah. Not me for recommending Black Candles. I'll never know. Welcome back in, Steph. Yeah, we're still talking about Black Candles. Starbench Cut, NoFX saves the day. Seosin. I do really like Seosin, but I am in love with these other bands. I'm going to do it that same order you gave me, Princey. I'm going to start NoFX. They are the greatest punk rock band of all time. And I'm going to bench Saves the Day. I really love them tons and tons. I'm going to cut Seosin. Nothing against Seosin. I think you guys are a great band. You got a real good thing going, Seosin. But the other bands I just like a little bit more. You know, I just like them a little bit more. I so want to try a fried Twinkie. Well, you can go to the Santa Cruz Pier, get that going. Yeah, probably any pier, right? Any place where so Steph, what I do is start walking around, look for a Ferris wheel and like, you know, like a boardwalk and a Ferris wheel and a whole bunch of colored lights. I'm probably going to find a fried Twinkie. Honestly, fries are everywhere. So when I find the rare place that does tots, I order those instead. Yeah. More power to you. I totally get it. Yeah. Mojos. You mean JoJo's? Ho-hos. Damn, Ben Grimm and Ryan Michael are birthday twins. Fatty McButterpants is from King of Queens. Okay. It's still funny, you know, and now I just feel duped. Like, you made me think it was your own phrase. How dare you? I'm kidding. Let's see here. Came out a day before my birthday. Yes, we got super high and watched that shit. Okay. I was, man, because I smoked a lot of weed. I'm like, I hope that I'm not Mandela affecting that. Okay. Hell yeah. Oh, what a sweet memory, man. What a sweet time. Logan, here's some. Welcome on in. Logan says, sup, Davey, thoughts on Sator and Kill List? If you've seen them, yes, I watched Kill List. Logan, was it you that had super chatted for Kill List, or is Gaz your brother? I would imagine, yes. I've not seen Sator. Kill List is fucking crazy. That movie, I don't want to say too much. I can't really talk about the third act of Kill List too much, but it is this this crazy movie about these two hitmen. One of them starts to kind of lose his shit, and there's some mind fuck going on in this movie. So I dance around saying too much about it. Oh my God, guys, if you haven't seen Kill List, it's fucking crazy. It is a totally different kind of movie. I was like, what? Some uncomfortability in a non-gory, non-horror kind of way, and then tons of crazy gore. Very, very good. But Sator, I don't know. I don't even know if I've heard of that. I'm probably mispronouncing it. Sator? I don't know. I had to, you know what it is, Mike, is I did stand up back when I lived in Juneau in my 20s, and there are certain things I will just tag bullshit into the things that I'm saying. So I'm saying real things, and then you're going to get a tag of something totally fake. Because while I wish that something fun had happened in the bathroom at the Harkins at the Lloyd Center, no, just peeing. Holy crap, met another dude born on August 17th a week ago. Yeah, dude, guys, if you've not seen that animatic pitch for Halloween, it's so fucking good. Any decent jobs for entry-level people in your neck of the woods? Always. Yeah, Phoenix is growing. Sorry, I know it looked like I had a brain freeze there, but I'm like, how do I approach this? Because it's everywhere in the city, everywhere you go, there are new houses being built up, there are new neighborhoods being built up. So there, box stores, office spaces. There's a lot of transportation gigs here too. Because so many trucks come through Phoenix. So all sorts of, getting a job at a warehouse, they're all over the place, right? And then of course there's all the Amazon stuff and everything. Phoenix is, I don't think, a tough place. I wouldn't say it's a tough place to get a job. And I would imagine for the most part, Arizona is probably more affordable than SoCal. I gotta figure, but who knows? I don't know if they have rent control out there. Wait, what's this Halloween thing? It's a joke to play on the children. Steph, you'd be surprised. True story, guys. I had beautiful skin, pretty much all through high school. Then after, I started getting acne, and it was bad. It was right here for the most part. And then every now and then there would be stuff, in other places, but pretty much that was my zone, and then it started to get a little worse, and I've kind of freaked out because, I know I'm really opening up here. When you're 7 or 18 or whatever, and you start looking like that, 18, 19, it was I didn't want to go hang out with my friends because I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't want to go in public. I didn't want to be seen because of how I looked, so it got to the point where I'd tried a whole bunch of things and nothing was really making it better. Stuff would work for a little bit and then it would go right back to what it was. And then I was just fuck it. And I took Accutane, which is this it was sketchy drug, it changes your skin from oily to dry. So that's why I only use water. Because after you go through Accutane, you don't need to use soap because your skin is completely changed. It pushes, it's like a vitamin E overdose that it pushes through your body. You have to get your blood drawn like once a month to make sure that everything's still looking good. And then a whole bunch of people put an end to their lives while on Accutane. So, but I didn't. I made it through. And my skin is beautiful and lovely, and I'm going to look young forever. Yay! Because I still don't go out in the sun. All right, let me catch up with you guys. And then, holy cow, 26 people watching. We'll call it a night here. Start, bench, cut these Tears for Fears songs. Head over heels. Shout. Everybody wants to rule the world. I'm going to start Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I'm going to... Wow, this is a really tough one, Aaron. I love all these songs. I'm going to start Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I'm going to bench Shout, and I'm going to cut Head Over Heels. I love all these songs. I know Shout might seem like a weird one in that spot. It seems like such a simple song. You know, the lyrics on the chorus are just so like kind of basic, but I think the song is, I think this is the case with a lot of Tears for Fears music, is they are saying something really profound in very simple terms. That's like one of the gifts they have as lyricists. And I love what the song Shout has to say. Like, I love that Shout is basically like, you don't have to take the crumbs that the people up at the tippy top are throwing you. You can let them know you're unhappy. Like, just because this thing's good or that thing's good doesn't mean you gotta, you know, they literally say like, it doesn't mean you have to jump for joy. Doesn't mean you have to like, yeah, just, you can let out all your angst, you know. I love that message. I love it. I love all their songs are so good. Tears for Fears is fucking incredible. One of my favorite bands. And the record they put out a handful of years ago is really good too. I think it was called The Tipping Point. If you have not checked it out, guys, if you're a Tears for Fears fan, and you have not listened to The Tipping Point, God, it might be almost 5 years now that it came out. I really love that record. It blew me away how good it was, you know. Screw Sonic, we go into Whataburger before the movie. Oh yeah, and there is a new one that just opened up next to the theater. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Joe and I live, you know, relatively close to each other, probably like a half hour away or something. And we're going to go watch The Evil Dead on April 24th together. It's a mandate from the people. Davey, Malignant, the Barbarian, Thanksgiving. I haven't seen Malignant yet. I love Thanksgiving. I'm going to start that. I'm going to bench Barbarian. I'm going to cut Malignant because I haven't seen it yet. Honey butter chicken biscuit. Damn. I don't think I've had that one yet, Ben. I got to try some different stuff out there because I found that green chili burger and I just love it so much. When you're in the Southwest and you can have green chilies, they're just unreal, you know? Yeah, banana cream milkshake, dude. It was fucking thicker than a rapper guy's girlfriend. Very, very good. Not sure if you're familiar with these bands. Starbench Cut, Jesus Lizard, Butthole Surfers, Flaming Lips. Oh. This is an interesting one. Butthole Surfers and Flaming Lips are pretty silly. I always thought of Jesus Lizard as a bit more of like that kind of grungy indie sort of sound. I'm gonna start the Butthole Surfers. I'll bench Flaming Lips. You know what? No, I'm gonna start the Butthole Surfers. I'm gonna bench Jesus Lizard. I'll cut Flaming Lips. But that She Don't Use Jelly song is really, really good. I'll say that. Yeah, Butthole Surfers are fun, man. Even though the one song they had that was like the biggest hit they had, like they did plenty of stuff like outside of that. By the time they broke, they were like old, you know? They would have been called Unk if people did that in the mid 90s. But that one song they had, oh my gosh, what the hell is it called? It's got such a silly name. The name of the album is Electric Larry Land, not Electric Ladyland, Electric Larry Land. Oh, what is that song called? I know somebody's probably put it. Something with a P. Something with a P. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose it. You guys know the song I'm talking about. It sounds a lot like Loser by Beck. But it's the I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you with my clothes. I think, yeah, he says clothes. It's fucking weird, but like mesmerizing, you know? Oh, that song, the title. It's like I kind of love the title, but it's so silly. Have a great night, Lido. Yeah, man, if you're serious and you're looking for something, like, feel free to reach out, brother. Feel free to reach out. Always here to help. Love you, man. Have a good one. Have I heard of a band called Girl in a Coma? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Show me, Tia. Show me. Shoot me if you've got like a link posted in the Discord and the music, or feel free to shoot it over to me in a DM or whatever. Sorry, guys. I'm so far behind. Gosh, I hope Lido at least, you know, heard me say bye. Oh my, are you talking about Theron? Yeah, Killis is fun. Killis is fun. Okay, let me skip ahead here. Pepper, yes. That's a good song. That's a good song. Flaming Lips are from where I'm at. My state has Do You Realize is our state rock song. Yeah, and I think the only one, the reason why they're in that bottom spot, it's not a dig on them at all, Ben. I really am only familiar with like the She Don't Use Jelly, like that era. That might only be like the only record I've heard of theirs. So, and I haven't heard much Jesus Lizard, but I know that I liked their like grit and fullness there. So yeah, nothing against those guys. They worked with Scott Reynolds. The guys from the Flaming Lips worked with Scott Reynolds from All. Scott was also in the Pavers, and then what was the other gosh, he was in another band and that name is escaping me. I'm so sorry, but he's my favorite singer from All, and he did solo stuff where the guys from the Flaming Lips, I think they might have played a little bit on the record, and they produced the record. So yeah, she uses Vaseline. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything else. Did I miss? There might have been what happened with, oh yeah, okay. We could make that happen. Gaz, here's some dropping the 349 New Zealand. Yeah, dude, from New Zealand. Rock on. Yes, no, I know. I didn't know. So are both of you in here, or Gaz, do you have two different accounts? I don't even know. I think it would be pretty awesome if both of you guys are hanging out here. Scratch Burno asking, Jerky Boys, Crank Yankers, Roy D. Mercer. I don't think I've heard the Roy D. Mercer phone calls. Is that these are all prank phone calls? I do really like the Brandon DiCamillo prank phone calls. The guy, he was like kind of he was more part of the CKY crew, like when they were doing their movies. He might be in some of the Jackass stuff. I thought he was fucking hilarious. I thought he was easily the funniest one out of the bunch. But it's so tough to pick against Jerky Boys. I do really love Crank Yankers. I'm going to do it in the order you put it out there, Scratch Burno. I'm going to start the Jerky Boys. Man, 1 through 3 are incredible. Jerky Boys 1 through 3 are fucking unreal. Like, so funny. I'm going to bench Crank Yankers. A lot of really good fun there. I love some Crank Yankers. I revisited that like maybe 10 years ago. I need to jump into it again. And Roy D. Mercer, I'm just not very familiar, so we'll cut that one. I don't think I've ever heard any Daniel Johnston. No, I don't think I have. Yeah. Thank you again, Gaz, for the 349. You're amazing. I think I'm going to close it out there, guys. Perfect time. It's about 11 o'clock. We've been going for almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours of unbridled, no holds barred horror news and talk. There you go. What is my Waffle House order? Yeah. So do I have to get waffles at the Waffle House? I like waffles. I always find myself wanting pancakes when I go to a place that has pancakes, because I don't ever make pancakes for myself. So I usually do, like, I don't need, like, hash browns are tasty. I just don't need them if I have pancakes or waffles. So I'm going to go with the pancake waffle action, right? I want 4 sausage links. Yeah, I do. Or 4 patties, whatever you got. I'll take my eggs scrambled. They're just easier to deal with that way. Kind of a basic order. If I want another starch, I'll forego the hash browns for just, you know, a piece of sourdough toast that I can throw some jam on, because that would delight me very, very much. That's my Waffle House order, as it were. But if I'm getting a Belgian waffle that has stuff baked in, we'll do like bacon, egg, syrup the hell out of that shit. Be perfect. It'll be perfect. All right, guys, let me make sure I'm not missing anything crazy. We got Pat, that Halloween movie collector, jumping on in here. What's happening, Pat? Guys, if you do not follow Pat, that Halloween movie collector, great channel. He and Brett Patrick over there are always killing it. Gosh, you guys had a discussion the other day. Oh, it was like songs that should be in horror movies, something like that, Pat. Oh my, I was like, that's a fucking really good idea. You guys got that. You're always bringing that music angle, Pat. I really dig that, man. I really dig it. And guys, you got to go over to his channel just to see the collection. It's not that he's just called that Halloween movie collector. Dude, it's fucking so impressive. Crazy in a good way, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I know I've said that a million times. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Almost 3 hours of chit-chatting with you all. You guys are beautiful. Still about 30 people hanging. That's incredible. Jiggy, thank you so much for the 5. Ryan Michael with a 5er. Eli Cortez, one of our Death Squad mods, is celebrating 20 months of membership. That is incredible. Thank you so much, Eli, for everything you do all over the horror YouTube sphere, buddy. Ryan Michael dropping a 5er. Jiggy with a 5. Ryan with another 5. Code melted all the super chats with a 10er. Oh my gosh, you are so hardcore. Code melted. Thank you so much, man. And just to be like, what are we discussing? Code, thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate you. Tia Nina dropping a 5er as well, giving us words of wisdom about drama and its inevitability, but also, you know, your responsibility for it. And when I say your, I'm actually pointing right back at me, right? And Gaz, thank you so much, man, for the 349 New Zealand. And we were talking about the Beths just earlier. Yeah. Guys, if you haven't checked out the Beths, please do. They are from New Zealand. They are beautiful and amazing. Ooh, I got to listen to more Susie and the Banshees. That's for sure. Aaron, you have so many good recommends, man. Drop them in the comments or Facebook or something. I miss out on all of them because I can't keep it all in my head. And I can't, of course, watch the stream that's 3 hours long because I just lived it, just like all of you lovely people. Thank you so much to the Patreon members, YouTube channel members, the Death Squad mods. You guys are amazing. You all are absolutely beautiful. Thank you so very much for kicking it with me and hanging out for so long, listening to me make mistakes while reading news stories and just blah, blah, blahing and being silly. I really do appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed one bit. You guys are such a positive part of my life. So thank you so very much for being a part of that. That is going to wrap it up for this one. I will be back sometime next week. I really don't know. We'll find out, but we got some really fun stuff coming up. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. If you're watching after the fact and you're still here, extra thank you. Make sure to hit that hype button, spread the word. Let's keep this community growing and keep on marching to 3,000 subs. How about it? And here we go. You guys know how we end this, right? Every time. Until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.